Yo, what's up? And good morrows, my friends. My name is Silva Lowenhart. And welcome to today's stream. I got something cooking, so I might be going away for a small bit to prepare it. You know, it's something I've always been cooking so far. But yeah, hey, what's up? Welcome to today's stream. I think we might do this every Monday or so, probably Sunday, but Sunday's a little too close. Yeah, don't really have too many things planned for today, just the normal anime stuff. I did say that today was going to be profitable, it might be different, but it didn't. It's been delayed so far. Anyway, I'm cooking some more potato wedges, but this time I'm more prepared to actually make them a little more delicious. Why? Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Me? I'm doing amazing. I finally got some different things for my Twitch to happen, so you know that's all pretty good. And there's really nothing going on within the world of ENvtuber so far, except you know more people are graduating, some people have this and that. Yeah, a lot of things are happening within the ENvtuber space, but nothing too crazy. But there has been a trend going on, at least with somebody. I won't say any names, but apparently they were talking about how, so yeah, they were talking about how, you know, about the whole 5 viewers thing. I'd be cool if I got 5 viewers. You know, not everybody can get it, and those who get it, you know, just be thankful you got it. Not everybody does so. Oh yeah, there was one thing that was going around. One thing, at least on Twitter. So apparently, a VTuber by the name of Zenzawa has claimed to be the #1 fan of Computer. How's that working? Well, I don't know. All we doing is that now a lot of people are going to follow this Zenzawa person. Now, I don't know why this whole thing was trending. I'm pretty sure some of you know. If you know, you know. But if you don't know, well, if you guys you don't know. But it's kind of weird that this Zenzawa person became the #1 Galgura person. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a number of people who would challenge that title. I'm just saying. You know, everybody wants to be the #1 Galgura fan, but, or say that they're #1 Galgura. I don't know if this Zenzawa person might be #1. I mean, we can probably look at the timeline and see exactly whether or not they are the quote-unquote #1 fan of Galgura. But I think the here or there, if we could look at the timeline, that'd be nice. But we can't look at the timeline. Can't look at the timeline from here. So I guess yeah. So before we could do any of these anime reviews, we're going to look at this timeline for this Zenzawa person. Apparently that's what's trending right now. Alright, so let's get to some reactions. So as you can see here, yeah. This is their whole person, Zenzawa, and this is their Twitter. So we're going to see if this Zenzawa is the #1 fan of Galgura. I don't know. I don't know. This looks a little sus. I would not lie. Because the last tweet was in 2022. And all they said was, uh-oh. But they are getting a bit of following from that whole thing. But, you see, in my personal opinion, if you were the #1 fan of Galgura, where's all the retweets of all the Galgura's, like, tweets? Where's all the retweets, the quote retweets, the pictures, the love for her? You suddenly claim this. So I don't believe you until you actually show proof that yes, you are the #1 fan of Galgura. So I think you're lying about this. Unless you suddenly unless you discovered her like randomly and said, "Oh my God, Galgura." Otherwise, yeah, you're the #1 fan. I don't believe you. You know, next time you want to be a #1 fan, I want to see some quote retweets. I want to see some retweets. I want to see you actually follow and sub to this girl. I want to see you actually catchy koi this girl. Alright, Senzawa? We're going to keep an eye on you to see if this is going to go, see how this goes. We're going to see. If you're lying to me about this is going to come back to bite you. In fact, I'm going to follow you just to make sure that you aren't. Because you should be following her now that I think about it. Are you following Galgura? Let's see. You're following a number of people. I see you are following Risu. That's interesting. You're following Dobie, who's gained a lot of popularity recently. That's interesting. But wait, you said you're the #1 fan, and yet you're not following Gura? You're also following Belle Delphine. And I remember when she was a thing. Is she still a viable thing? I might have to find out. I'm gonna check that out later. But I'm gonna see if she's still a thing. But no following of Gargura? I knew it. You did it for clout, didn't you? You did this for clout, didn't you? How dare you? Well, you have a chance to redeem yourself, so you might as well try. Otherwise, I don't know if we can believe you anymore, Miss Senzawa. I'm gonna keep an eye on you. I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes on you. How much time do I have left? 5 minutes. So yeah, that was the biggest news of the whole week. Apparently, Miss Senzawa decided to be the #1 fan of Galgura. And yet, for some reason, you never retweeted her style. You never followed her. So, what's going on? Don't look at me with that smug look. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this one, okay guys? Just so you know, we're going to keep an eye on her. But, let's get to some of the reviews of anime, and oh boy, do we have a lot, because there is one anime I do want to really talk about because it kind of just really got to me. Here we go. Shogakusei. Why this got to me? Because of what happened. So, to recap exactly what happened here. So, last time we left off, Keisuke was about to blurt out some really stupid things. Basically saying, oh, this person right here, Martika, is my wife. We thought he was gonna, like, you know, pull back a bit, but it turns out that wasn't the case. He didn't pull back. Instead, what did he do? He wanted to go forward. Thankfully, his daughter Mai decided, yeah, let's not do that, father. Because why? Well, simple. They can't explain that situation to the police. I mean, what are they going to say? Oh, my wife is reincarnated into this young girl, and that young girl happened to be my ex-wife that died 10 years ago? Yeah, good luck trying to, yeah. And guess what? Jail is just another room. In fact, that big room with the pads in there that didn't give you a straitjacket? Yeah, that's for you, my friend. That is for you. Meanwhile, you got the mother Chaika who's confused just about almost everything. She's wondering what the heck is going on. Marika's not saying anything, and then you got this one dude coming in telling him off. telling her off and everything. So she's kind of a bit ticked about it. She's kind of ticked about it. But then we get to more of a Shika backstory. Basically, in the previous episode, she has said before that she did not want to be like abusive to her daughter as her mother was abusive to her. But unfortunately, the resulting divorce she had with her husband, well, that just didn't work out. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's how it worked out. And now we get a whole and now after she realizes just how bad she's been going about this, she regrets treating Marika the way she's been treating Marika. Then we get a bit of an interest to Marika realizing that, while she does have the mind and memories of Take, she still is Marika in body and spirit. Like, she does remember, like, years of spending time with this woman named Chika, who's now her mother. And Keisuke is now realize, and we have Moria, not Keisuke, Moria, looking out for Marika. It's confusing getting all these names together, but there's a part that really did get to me. But I'm gonna get to that after I try to explain everything around it. So Moria is trying to look out for Keisuke, which is good. But here's where Keisuke gets downgraded, to be perfectly honest, because the problem with Keisuke in this whole episode is the fact that he is too emotionally attached to his wife. Way too emotionally attached. And in the next scene where they meet in the rain, Keisuke says, your mother is the bad person, come live with us, which does feed into the mindset that he's way too emotionally attached to her. And I've read some comments, and I do agree with these comments. Some have said that he gets tunnel vision whenever it comes to his wife, his ex-wife now, and I do agree. Because Monica did tell him, look, you don't know this woman Chika. I lived with her for years, and she was not like this. Something happened, but Monica collapsed with a fever. I also did read that there was going to be a talk between Keisuke and Chika, but that was skipped over because, they were running short on time. And during Marika's dream, because she's now sleeping, she dreams of a time where her and Chika, they were very happy together, The father wasn't in the picture, but they were trying to be happy and hunky-dory. But unfortunately, human reasons, it just couldn't make it work. They could not make it work. Chika did try her best, and she could not make it work because the resulting divorce, and then everything that's gone bad in her life, just kind of snowballed into being like a terrible, terrible situation for her. But then one of the biggest reveals comes in, and that Keisuke, and Takai or Marika all tell Chika the truth about who Marika really is. And as expected, Chika doesn't take it as well. She's confused about it, as she should be. But Marika does, but they do give her the option of what does she want to do, which seems conceited, but I'll get to that in a bit. Chika does grudgingly accept it, but is still kind of skeptical, but is more than willing to start over with Marika. Because thankfully, Marika does choose to live with Chika rather than live with Keisuke in mind, because the biggest problem with this episode is Keisuke himself. As I said before, he is way too emotionally attached to Takai, to the point that he does get tunnel vision whenever she is mentioned or is around. Hell, he even tried to blow the cover the fact that, well, not even blow the cover, he almost put himself inside a prison. And then had the gall to say to Chika, if you do anything to hurt her, I will take her away, which is like, yeah, there's your problem. Like, your daughter, Mai, already knows, look, mom's gone. Like, this is the reincarnation, we're getting some memories, but I'm more than ready to move on. You're not. In fact, we actually look at the situations of how both Keisuke and Chika treated their daughters. Chika's way to treat her daughter terribly was just a result of of snowball like tendencies, like really bad snowball. Like, she tried to be there, but things just weren't working out, and unfortunately, she ended up taking it out on the wrong person. Keisuke, on the other hand, could not get over his wife and neglected his daughter for the past 10 years ever since then. But once they found out that she came back, that's when he started interacting with Mai. So, honestly, Keisuke doesn't really have much of a leg to stand on when it comes to how they should treat her. Especially when Marika herself said, look, I understand that you still love me and this is all great and good and stuff, but think about it. I have a family now. This is my family. Chika is my mother. You have to accept that at some point. Look, while it'd be nice for us to live together, it's over and done with. I'm gone. We can try to make as much memories as possible, but I have another family. You have to accept that. And he's basically trying to like get her back because he's too emotionally invested. I hope that at some point they do address that and he does eventually learn and gets a talking to from Chika, ironically, saying, look, you keep saying that, I was treating her terribly, but look how you're treating her. You're putting her, like, you're so emotionally attached to her that, did you even look at your own daughter at some point? Or the fact that you're so emotionally attached to her that every time she's involved, you just get straight ass tunnel vision. And then he'll realize, you know what? I may have been wrong. You know what? Yeah, but I love her. Yeah, even though you do love her, think about it. She's gone now. She's with me. Even if she is the reincarnation, is the fact that you have to move on at some point. You can't keep living in the past forever. Like, it took, like, she was abusive to Chika was abusive to Mariko for a year, but Keisuke was neglectful of Mai for 10. I had to get this out the way because Keisuke really just ticked me off that much. I'm sure some of you may be thinking otherwise, but in this episode, Chika came off as the most sympathetic character rather than Keisuke. Like, I feel sorry for Chika because she wants to be a good person, and she just had a very bad string of bad luck. Thankfully, she had a support in the form of a co-worker. Keisuke, on the other hand, he needs a real good support system. His daughter wasn't doing it, and his wife, she could probably do it, but she's only 10. He has his co-worker, Moria, so we'll see how that works. But that's what I wanted to talk about because that really just ticked me off. But we'll get to the other ones in a bit. I got something. I'll be back. I got some food to get, dude. Sureshimasu. Alright, I'm back. I got my food ready, so let's continue let's continue some of the reviews because we got a lot to get through. That was just one. We got the rest of the anime to get to. Before we continue on, I wanted to tell you guys that I did drop another anime, and that was Haigakura, why did I drop Haigakura? Because I did not pay attention to it at all. If I don't pay attention to something, well, let's just say that's the grounds for dropping it, unfortunately. Like, when it comes to some of these anime, you gotta pay attention to it. And if you don't pay attention, then it just hurts. So, unfortunately, that is dropped. I'm not gonna drop Suma Shogakusei. I'm gonna keep that going. But it's just sad that I did drop it. It's sad that that really just ticked me off. But that's how you get emotionally invested. That's how you do get emotionally invested. Alright. So the first anime we're going to look at is Arifueta. So, not much really happened here. It's just a bit of a continuation from the last episode. So, we have the princess meeting with the emperor to discuss things with him about the upcoming war and the situations, and to warn him of Hajime, because Hajime has become like really infamous throughout this whole entire anime. And so the king really wants now I say the king, but it's actually the emperor, and thus now the emperor is very curious about Hajime because everybody's been talking about this guy. Like, who is Hajime? Why is everybody like talking about him? So he's curious now to go to meet him. Later, Hajime and the gang, like his little gang and the gang of high schoolers, they meet with the princess, and she didn't want it to happen, but unfortunately it did happen. And afterwards, they have another meeting with the emperor, who then tests Hajime about his knowledge about the world. And it turns out, well, hey, I like Hajime. You know, let's keep him around. You gotta keep an eye on him because he's a wild card. And then they learn that the princess herself has been engaged because political reasons. Like, she may want for love, but when it comes to political marriages, it is a thing. But unfortunately, the person she's about to be engaged to is an all-up rapist. And is about to have his way with her, but thankfully Hajime puts a stop to it. And that's something that the princess herself was kind of secretly begging for. Everybody's begging for it, and Hajime finally comes through. And now they're about to go to a party to get more info about what's going on. So yeah, that was just a basic standard episode. Not much really happened here. The most interesting highlights was the fact that the Emperor and Hajime are now about to lock horns at some point, and the war against the Empire with the Sheia's group is it might be a bit interesting. But we'll see exactly how that goes on. We don't know that Hajime is not going to participate directly, indirectly maybe. He's not going to fight, but he is going to take part in it. So we'll see how that works out. And we're not sure if anybody else is going to come into the whole thing for now. So we're just gonna see how that goes. All right, next is Amagami. Alright, so, last time we left off with Amagami, they finally got the whole town to help them with the festival that they were going to put together. Unfortunately, they run into the trouble. The online account gets falsely reported, and a fake account tells everybody that the festival's been canceled, therefore hurting their chances. And it then is due to the fact that that white-haired dude, Maimon, he's part of it. So then, Uryu, the main MC, he then goes out of his way to try to promote it by himself, and, he's not having too much luck. And then the people from the village he was from come and help him to promote everything going on. And while, that's happening, unfortunately, rain comes in and delays everything. But rain does bring some sunshine in, and they do continue the festival, barely reaching the amount of people they need. They only reached 4,999. And who's to come in to save the day? Maimon, making them the exact 5,000. And so because of that, they get to keep the shrine and the house. And then near the end, he talks to somebody named Chiharu, who apparently is the name of the triplets' mother. And Uryu gets a kiss from Yai. So there's one hijinks for rom-coms right there. So basically it's just about the festival, and I said to myself, it's either everybody gonna not make it, or probably barely make it, or maybe just surpass it. They barely make it, which isn't a bad trope. I was surprised that the bad guy decided, oh, I'm gonna be petty and to say, well, you didn't get 5,000, so screw it. Instead, he decided to be the 5,000th customer just to get them to make it. That does beg the question: are there not 5,000 people inside the whole shrine? And if so, how did the shrine get that much in the first place? That's a lot of questions to ask, and I don't know if we're going to get any answers. But you know, we can always hope. We can always hope. All right, Hoshifuru. Now this is interest. Now this one was an interesting episode, mainly because of the post credits. Well, not the post credits, because there's actually a bit of killing here. Now that I think, because I'm actually reading my notes, because I do write notes for some of these anime, because I need to organize some of this stuff, and yeah, that's part of it. It's interesting. So anyway, so Nina does. So Azure himself wants to get Nina's marriage annulled because he does love her. And Nina herself is trying to find out from various sources why they want Azure dead. Now, that's a bit of interesting, right there, here, and there. Now, we do get some information about what happened and why Azure took the place of the son. It turns out the king is a total dick and killed his son because the son decided, hey, Dad, look, I did this. And Dad said, fuck off, son, and killed the son. Accidentally, but he didn't really give a crap afterwards. And Nina realizes that the king is just, somebody who doesn't care as long as it makes him look good. And then realizes that Azure might fall into the same plot, and she's going to do whatever it takes in order to protect him. Which, if that includes getting married to somebody else, she'll do so. And so she spends her last moments with him, potentially, without telling him, and then goes off on her own. Unfortunately for her, or maybe fortunately for her, he falls because as soon as the credits roll, we see what happens after the credits. We see the person she's supposed to be engaged to, Prince Set. He ends up killing another princess, Princess Eliza, apparently, after sleeping with her and two other people. And it's under the presumption that Princess Eliza was going to kill him because after her body is shown, she's shown with a knife. So it's presumed that she will kill him. We don't know why, but maybe he might be a dick. And now he got his sights set on Nina because Nina's going to be the next princess. Now, what would be a very interesting part upcoming would be if Nina decides that I will go and sleep with him just to protect Azure. Because that happened only one other time that I recall from anime that I've watched, and that was Richter the Lost Grand Senki. And let's just say that was a very deep discussion. Very huge, deep discussion. And I'm not trying to go, and I don't want to be reminded of that. But basically, this is about Nina really realizing that if she wants to protect Azure, she has to go get married. Much to her dislike, but hey, to protect one person, she's going to have to spread her legs for another. That's usually how sometimes these things work. It's not what she wants, but it may be what she needs to do. As long as Azure is okay. But who knows? Azure is following them, and he might get there before anything happens. We'll have to see. And Azure and Set might end up fighting. Oh, wrong thing. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't mean to do this. Okay, that was Genshin. I don't know about Genshin. I didn't mean to go back. Alright, so next would be Hanako-kun. Now, apparently I thought this was going to end because it's only 4 episodes, and this was the 4th episode. So, I'm at to see. Did the next episode release today, or did it not? No. Okay, so, yeah, basically, Hanako-kun has officially ended. And the last episode was basically just a parody of a girl with no memory staying at a hotel where everybody playing different various other stuff. Now, I'm not sure if this was the second, like I said, a number of times, if this is the second season, well, okay. If it's not, then I can't wait for the actual second season to come up. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, that was basically the whole entire anime. Next, We got Kaminohashi Ran. So in the beginning of the episode, some guy drowns and is frozen into the ocean. We're not sure exactly how that works. So then we get Mofu Sensei, which, that's what they call her. The girl with the bandages right here. She moves in with Ron because she wants to give him medicine to calm his killing tendencies for the most part. Ron accepts, but they realize that he shouldn't be too dependent on the whole thing. Also, she got kicked out of her own apartment because she's very, 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 very clumsy. So they decide to go, you know what? We've been seeing too many killings, and that last case really took it out of us. Let's go take a break in the ocean. We don't really see too much fan service, It's just standard. They do run into a bit of trouble from two people who's just looking for their friend whose name is Mamba. It's Mamba, not Nanba. Mamba with an M in the front. And it turns out Mamba's the guy who drowned in it earlier on. Who drowned in the opening. And it turns out he didn't exactly drown, he was murdered. How he was murdered, nobody knows. But they figured that it might be another clue to the House of M in the 96 number. And they end up letting Mofu Sensei know, so now she's in the know about it. So now they're going to try to solve this case and see if there's any connection to it, because there might be a huge connection to it. So this basically just introduces Mofu Sensei back into the whole thing and now puts her into the forerunning with the whole entire plot of the anime. So we're going to see exactly how this ties into the House of M and 96 stuff. I admit, it was a beach episode, so I was expecting some fan service, but thankfully it wasn't too huge a fan service. And it did say Spitz was going to come, but I don't know if Spitz actually did come. Maybe he might be somewhere different. But we're going to see exactly how this guy named Mamba died once they reveal, what happened. Next, we got Ryzen Watani Gai. So, we meet with Shoma and Kirishima. They get into it over Yoshino because Kirishima loves Yoshino and Soma loves Yoshino as a brother. Thankfully, she stops him, but also goes to see Shoma off because, she's worried about him and he's worried about her. That's how they've been. They've been raised together, so they're worried about each other. Now, Soma, for his part, thinks that there's way more to the story besides them getting hitched to form bonds. And he might be onto something. All we do know is that Kirishima doesn't like him. He doesn't express it in the most obvious of ways. But he turns out to be very possessive of Yoshino, to the point that he doesn't mind if she has a dude, as long as she can see exactly what to do it. So it's like, if she wants to kiss him, feel him up, or, sleep with him, he has to look. Why does he have to look? Because he's going to kill the guy afterwards. So Yoshino, it's like, oh, well, he can have a whole bunch of women. She can't really say anything about it. But the minute she has a guy, he's looking so that he can kill the guy afterwards. Which that seems kind of fair. And she even says, you're really going to do all this just over me? And he's like, yeah, maybe. And apparently he doesn't even know that he is jealous. But she does give him an ultimatum. Basically, in 1 year's time, if she could fall for him, she's going to stay with him. But if she doesn't, then she's going to move back to Osaka. So, and apparently doing the whole nice guy act isn't really what she wants. She wants him to be as crazy as possible. So basically, how he's been doing so far. Instead of being nice to her, she wants him to be as crazy as possible. The most craziest bastard she knows. And then we get to a sick plot where apparently this is a yearly thing for her. She does get sick to the point that she may need to go to the hospital. And then Kirishima comes to take care of her. So basically it's just him showing that, even though he is crazy, he does have a soft side. So we do get into the whole possessive thing of Kirishima, which has been hinted at not so subtly this whole entire time. But now it's been put a label and we see how possessive he is. It doesn't matter if she has other dudes, he'll kill them. So, but we're not exactly sure if he has other chicks, she'll do the same. We know that's not the case, but it'd be hilarious that could be the case at some point. But we know that's never going to be the case because she doesn't like him like that. So we get a bit more insight, and yeah, there might be something more to the whole thing than what's been given to us. But we'll have to see exactly, what's going on here. Alright, next up is ReZero. Oh boy. No crunchy. Okay. Those are to my my food. So the beginning of the episode opens with Amelia being naked. Thankfully, she's still a virgin, according to this dude Regulus. And she's said to be his 79th wife, and another wife who's way over that comes to assist her. She wants Subaru to come save her, but some people kind of establish that she doesn't need him because the whole second season was about her being more independent. So that kind of would defeat the purpose, but we'll see about that. So anyway, we got Julia, Subaru, and Cruz fighting Gluttony. But then they separate, and now Cruz and Subaru run to Lust, who gets a name, who is Capelia. Capelia is the dragon that they fought earlier, and she has the ability to transform into anybody because she used lust as, as a concept. Like, what is the concept of lust? Basically, that's how she views it. So Subaru gets his ass kicked, Crush gets her ass kicked, so they get their ass kicked. They got Garfield and the others fighting outside with the two people still, and Subaru is basically about to die at this point. We see Anastasia, who runs into Wrath, who has a name now, Sirius. I think they already did the same now, but I didn't really take note of it before. And then back when Felt and Reinhardt was about to fight Reinhardt's father, we have Otto coming in, surviving his encounter with Gluttony. But then a huge flood happens because I can't stop to predict the future, and then Chris and Subaru try to escape, but Capelia does interfere, and Subaru goes diving into the flood. And it should be noted at this point, Subaru has already lost a leg, so I don't know how that's gonna work out for him. I don't know if he's gonna get it back. He may get it back, and I'm actually questioning where is the save point for his return by death at this point. As Amelia looks on the horror about what's going on, that's where the episode ends. So basically, we get some insight about what happened to Amelia. The fights are still going on, and we're getting a bit more insight on the witch's cult. And Subaru's getting messed up pretty bad. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to actually do a return by death at this point. It would be interesting to see, exactly if that's the case, but we'll have to see if that is going to be the case, because he's already lost a leg. I thought he was going to, happen, at some point, but he's already lost a leg, so I think he might drown. That might be the case. We'll have to see, because I think that might be it. Alright, next up, we have... Where is it? There we go, Sengoku Yoko. So, the episode ends with a flashback between Jinnun and Kumozao, who is the tiger dude. So basically, they've been training together for a while, and they've basically just been rivals ever since. So, while Jinyuan, who's the dragon, takes on Kumozao, who's the tiger, we get a classic dragon versus tiger thing right there. Senya goes to take on the rest of the army by himself. And then you got the monks coming in to join the battle inside of a huge mecha. Why? I have no idea, but that's how they want to do it. They want to do it inside a huge mecha. Now, Senya is trying to save everybody because he realizes that they're all suffering under the guise of these people and white hair people. And to do so, well, it becomes Ultra Buddha. All the hands behind him. Because, that's what he wants to do. He wants to purify them and everything. Meanwhile, you got Tama taking on Shakugan, who's brainwashed. And before Shakugan gets into the final blow, we get 3 new people to join the battle. Tsukiko, Hanatora, who's the plant girl, and Shinsuke. So now, most of the players are here already. Yeah, this battle is still going. We're just getting more fights and more insight about what people want out of these fights, Some people want to save others. Some people want to, settle scores. Some people want to destroy. Now we're just getting more motivations for why everybody's doing, X and Y. Which is fine. I like it when people get motivations. Nothing too terrible about it. It's now just, they're not fighting pointlessly. Now there's a purpose in fighting. But I think it's about to be almost over. All right, next up we have Waju Sushi. All right, so we get introduced to somebody who's probably in like the picture right here, whose name is Hugo Coppelia, who's also happens to be on death row. He apparently gets broken out by somebody named Loki, who can disguise himself because we needed a Loki in this anime. Then the well flashbacks to when he was trained by his grandpa, but is interrupted by Alma, who talks to him about like, where they're going. He's going to the guild because he wants more members for Blue Beyond. Because if he wants to go be called the Regalia, he needs more members. He also talks, and we also get a bit of backstory about upgrading the ranks and gear. You can't just like you have to go somewhere to upgrade yourself. And as it turns out, the only reason Loki is freeing this guy named Hugo is because Noelle wants Hugo to be in Blue Beyond. And then we get some insight on another plot point where there's a drug running around, and the area that Noelle goes into to look around that area is run by the Gambino family, which was mentioned last episode. Now Noelle meets somebody named Koga who gets impressed with Koga's abilities to fight, and wants to desperately recruit him. But unfortunately, Koga is held on by a slave trader who doesn't want to give him up, and now Noelle's going to fight him. Meanwhile, with Alma meets an old friend who tells her that Noelle might be recruiting people. And then we get to Alma wanting yandere tendencies. Because Alma wants Noelle all to herself, but Noelle doesn't want that. So we get some more back and forth bickering between Noelle and Alma because that's how they do. And we get to see more of what Noelle wants out of his group. He wants strong people, and that's what he's looking for. He's looking for very strong people. And he sees Hugo as an opportunity, and he also sees Koga as an opportunity. So we're going to see exactly how both of those fit into the whole group. But yeah, he's looking for more strong people to be in Blue and Beyond. How the upgrading goes, we're not sure. And I don't know if we're going to see Alma's old friend. I don't even think they gave us a name for her. And if they did, I must have missed it. But we find out Alma's plans for the whole thing. Screw everybody else. I want Noelle to myself. Creepy, but it is what it is. Alright, next up we have Yokai Gakko. Another snack. I'm glad I did good with these. So anyway, this one's a very simple episode. It's about Haruaki going to an interview, being the only human inside a yokai school. Now the other student thinks he's not going to pass the test, because he's a bit of a scatterbrain. But also they want to actually look at themselves for their future prospects. Now we do get a bit of insight about how this whole yokai thing works while they're in school and stuff. And so they can actually scare people and get word of mouth, because the more people remember them, the more they'll be around. And they go in teams of 2 to kind of varying success. The first team does well, and the other teams kind of just don't really do as well. And then you got Sano, who's this blonde dude right here, going with Haruaki to scare people. Unfortunately, Sano can't control his abilities well. And I don't know if Haruaki can counteract them, but he can't, stop them with his exorcism powers. Later, Haruaki does describe his duties outside the teaching the class. And the class does want to, quote-unquote, save him from embarrassment. Thankfully, the interview goes well, but then it was revealed that Haruaki is going back to Osaka to meet with his family and talk about what he's been up to so far. As I said, standard episode, most of it's just about, the classic interview, what they do, how they do it, why they do it, and so on and so forth. So it's really nothing too, huge. I don't think it's really too much of a plot, so yeah, it's just a basic slice of life kind of thing. It's a gag anime. So you don't really get too much, humor out of this. No, not much story. Not much story out of it. So it's basically just, some episodes are so simple, you can write, a simple sentence. You can write here, there was an interview, hijinks ensues. That's all you really need to know. So this is just one of those anime. And oh boy! Dun 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 dun. Okay, so this episode was actually really, really good to me. It was really good to me because, you know, while Momo and Okurun, well, Ayase, Momo Ayase or Ayase Momo, I forget which one it is, but I call it Ayase now because that's what Okurun calls her. Anyway, they want to just really talk to each other, but just can't find the right time to really do so. They want to talk about what they experienced together and whatnot. And the funniest thing does happen where they just barely miss each other and go to the place that the other person was just at during the lunch break. And it's like at near the end of the lunch break, they finally find each other, and for a very, very brief moment, like it's a freeze frame moment, teeth touch, lips touch, so it's kind of like a kiss. Like you have to really pause at the right moment just to get that one frame going. But it's there. They do end up kissing. You know, it's a bit of a chast incidental kiss. But after their whole meeting, Okurun discovers something is wrong with his junk. He tries to Ayase, who unfortunately rejects him in the most embarrassing way. Not the most embarrassing way, but in front of people just because she's too embarrassed. And then another girl tries to talk to Okurun and basically is all around jerky things that, oh, look at that, he's a nerd, he's gonna automatically fall for me. And then Ayase gets revenge on the girl in a nice, good-looking way. In a nice way. Apologizes to Okurun, who also apologizes, so they make amends. And then finally, Okurun tells her that, well, while his shaft is there, the nuts aren't. Yeah, he's missing his nuts. And it turns out, Turbo Granny took them. Yeah, Turbo Granny took his nuts. And so when they try to exorcise Turbo Granny from Okurun, unfortunately, while they exercise her conscience, they couldn't exercise her spiritual power, which is now still in Okurun. So now, Turbo Granny is forced to work with them to get Okurun's balls back. So yeah, the whole lunch thing was actually very interesting. Like them trying to meet with each other, and we already knew Turbo Granny was not going to stay away. Like she always took his shaft, and now she took like the rest of it, took the other two parts as well, which are just as equally important. Unfortunately, Turbo Granny also dropped them somewhere, so that's why she's working with them to go find them. Where will they find them? We'll have to see later on in the anime. But I do like the appreciation from Mayumi. I do like the voice acting from Mayumi Tanaka. She still is doing really good after all these years. You know, she's playing Luffy, she's playing Krudidine. She still has some stuff going on with her. You know, I really hope she takes it like really, really far. I really hope so. Alright, next we have Don Machi, and oh boy, let's just say Freya does not take rejection at all. She does not really take rejection at all. She was done trying to play nice, but now she wants to play mean. So what does she do? Well, first off, she takes out all of Hestia's crew and basically says, "Yo, Hestia, look, I like Belle, and I want Belle. I tried doing it the easy way. Now I'm going to do it the hard way." Or this is the opposite. I tried doing this the hard way, which is win him over. Now I'm going to do it the easy way. Tell everybody, yeah, he was part of my familia before anybody else. And thus, the whole entire town does get brainwashed thinking that Belle was part of Freya's family instead of Hestia's. Unfortunately, the only people who know about this are Freya's family, Belle, and Hestia herself. And it's rumored that Hestia was unaffected by Freya's huge wide light charm is because she's the virgin goddess. But after looking into it more, it's basically more or less kind of suggested that it's because they're technically polar opposites. Freya's very promiscuous, and Hestia is, innocent. She's the ingenuine. So they're kind of like polar opposites, whatever Freya can do, Hestia can kind of counter it. And that's just, you know, looking into like Hestia lore. So we'll see what happens, you know. You see how Hestia's going to do. Also, I did make a mistake last time. I said it was going to be like the Great Familiar War. It is a war. I forgot the name of it. Let me look it up again. Alright. Oh, the Great Faction War. So it's basically the Hestia faction versus the Freya faction. So we're going to see how that works out. Next up, we have Dragon Ball Daima going through. Alright, so I know some people might be asking, why don't they fly? Well, flying apparently is not as, you know, easy to do because of the dense air. Also, Glorio apparently doesn't know about ki sensing, but he does know a little bit more about what he should know, which gets Supreme Kai a little more suspicious. And apparently, Goku now learns about the Dragon Balls, which there are only 3. I don't know the power of their wishes, but we'll have to see exactly how powerful these Dragon Balls are compared to the regular Dragon Balls, the Namekian Dragon Balls, and then the Super Dragon Balls. Because now Demon Realm has their own variation of Dragon Balls, so we'll see how that works out. And it's kind of funny that the Namekian, Earth, and the Super Dragon Balls only 7, while the Demon Realm only needs 3. But it makes sense because there's only 3 Demon Realms, and each Demon Realm does have their own Dragon Ball. So there you go. I'm pretty sure there was actually 7 realms. That's where the whole 7 Dragon Balls will come in. But, you know, that's just argument. But that's just wondering at that point. So, because now there's Dragon Balls involved with the Demon Realm, now Goku and Gang's goal is to rescue Dende so they can use the Dragon Balls and undo all the damage that's been done so far. They run into a village where King Goma is taxing people, like, for 3 pieces of gold, and each piece counts for 3 years of their life. Especially now they have a machine where they literally suck the years out of your life. But before that, they actually did find a shop where Goku sees like different bugs that actually are similar to the things he used in the past. Like there's a bugs that restore your stamina, which is similar to sensu beans. Bugs that actually fuse 2 warriors to become a more powerful warrior, which is the Batara earrings. And there's probably more that they're going with. It's probably which may be a huge callback to the original Dragon Ball and some elements of Dragon Ball Z, and maybe Dragon Ball Super while you're at it. I don't know about GT, but we're not gonna get to GT. Anyway, we see more martial arts acrobatics from Goku trying to defeat the whole village, but we do get introduced to the female of the group. This girl right here. I know she has a name, but I forgot the name because I didn't write it down. Could look it up, but I'm just not going to. But yeah, she's the vigilante for that village, and she fights them, but Goku takes care of mostly everybody, and she meets up with them, and now is probably going to travel with them after she gets the info out of them. So this is just setting up more lore to the demon realms. We get more martial arts, and we get introduced to our last party member, who is the female. And I do know that Vegeta is going to make an appearance at some point. I don't know when. There's actually not really a number of episodes to know, but we'll see, you know, how it works out. Alright, next would be 2.5D Jingen. So, last time we left, Arya had learned the news that somebody in her family had passed away, most likely her father. She breaks the news to the club base, and while the girls are trying to hug it out with her, Okamura thinks that something doesn't add up right now. He does do more research. Meanwhile, Arya does ask, you know, about why her mom and dad divorced, and apparently it was due to a number of factors. First off, Arya's mom was kind of partially at fault for viewing his for basically pushing him to do things even though he was struggling, and basically viewing his income as a lifeline. And unfortunately, that did tear everything apart because he wasn't making an income, and they just divorced because it was better for both of them. And Arya did ask, you know, why? Does that mean you didn't love him? But her mom actually answers it in a very interesting and mature way. She answers, well, I realize that we're happier the way we are, but I'm not going to lie. There was a time where I did really love your father, and he was the best thing to happen to me. But, you know, sometimes things just don't work. Which is a very mature way of looking at it. But then we get a bit of insight. So apparently, the reason Okurun thought the whole thing was interesting, like, he didn't think that the father was dead, was because one manga he read, Valkyrie Battle, was only similar to another manga, Ashford Chronicles, but because the author of Ashford Chronicles, excuse me, was the apprentice to the person who did Valkyrie Battle, and as it turns out, Arya's father is still alive and just changed his pen name, so he's still making manga just under a different name. And the whole call with Arya's Arya's mother was because another relative had passed on. So with that bit of news out there, they now have more of a chance for Arya's father to go see them, which may be a Comic-Con, which is probably one of the biggest places to cosplay. Unfortunately, it's harsh because you have a lot of people going in there, especially the legendary cosplayers. They go there a lot. So they really need to buckle down and announce the stuff ahead of time, which Mikari actually does. I think that's her name, Mikari. And now Arya's father is learning about all this, and he might attend to see her cosplay, and they might meet up again. So this is basically just clearing up the whole mystery behind Arya's father and getting him prepared for a Comic-Con, which we're going to meet with a whole bunch of people. We're going to see how that works out because they're still doing the Lilia thing. Now, it was just about cosplay be one thing, but it's basically just about this specific one cosplay that they're really dedicated to. This one cosplay they're dedicated to. So we're going to see how that works out. I'd also realized that there's actually a game for this that I've tried on PC. It's a gacha game. That's all you need to know. And the way the whole thing works is, well, the way you fight, you attack by just looking sexy and appealing, and they attack by, and you got other people that attack by looking sexy and appealing. So yeah, lots of sexy and lots of appealing. Oh boy, now for one of the best ones. Trillion game, you didn't let me down, and you still let me down now. So, we get Haru and Gaku, the boys right here, winning the whole thing. Unfortunately, turns out this boo's a sore loser and decided to disqualify them because, well, there was physical interference. So while they won, they also lost. But they did enough to not only attract attention to Kirihime, but Keidoing as well, who takes him out to a lounge, which is actually another name for a cabaret club. And now Kirihime is pretty much doing whatever she wants just to have these two on hand. We also get more insight on Mitsuki and why she's there. And we do know that Mitsuki is going to become Gaku's assistant. We still have no idea what happened to Haru at this point. But we do know that Haru is a playboy. Because Keidoing challenged both Haru and Gaku to find two women and seduce them. Haru does successfully, and they're at a hotel. Meanwhile, Kirihime is trying to text Haru saying, please, 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 I'll give you what you want. I'll double what you want. Just please come work for me. And Haru says, nah. Because Keidoing did say something about, when two people are similar, it's just gonna end in a whole disaster. It's just gonna end in a disaster. So we figured that Haru and Kirihime are very similar. And once he deletes her contact, he proceeds to sleep with the woman that he picked up, which is one of the hostess there. So after that whole tidbit, they get the 30 million because that's what Keidoing wants to donate to them, 30 mil. But he wants 15% of the he wants 20% of the profit, but he reduced it to 15. But they do get the 30 mil, and they realize that we can just run off with it. But we're going to use that 30 mil to actually recruit people. Despite the fact that they have no idea what the company's going to do, but they do come up with the name. It's the title drop, Trillion Game, roll credits, 10 out of 10, best anime ever. And they actually do get multiple people to join, which includes this woman right here. She actually does, this woman's now in the whole thing. And they're going to use the months of April, May, and June to start recruiting more people. So basically, it's just the aftermath of the whole hacking game. They do get the investments, and you do see that I think Kirihime and Haru might end up together. I'm not sure. Just I have a really strong feeling that's probably what's going to happen. But now they're basically getting to the whole game about where they're going to get the money for, going to do with their money. We still have no idea what they're going to do with this company or what the company is for, but we do know that Haru's a good talker and Gaku is a good programmer. So we're going to see exactly what's going to happen here. I do like the fact that I do like Haru. Like, everybody needs a friend like Haru who is a good person. Yeah, they're pretty much like really, really good friends. Like Haru and Gaku, they're really, really good friends. Alright, next up, Aono Miburo. So, Niho needs a boy named Taro who lives in a closet, and apparently everybody's to steer clear of him. And the reason everybody's supposed to steer clear of him is because he is kind of emotionless in a sense. He does whatever he needs to do to survive. Unfortunately for him, Niho wants to be friends with him. And then we finally get to the whole thing about Serizawa killing somebody, and as it turns out, the reason Serizawa killed that person is because that person is named Tonoichi, and he was going to betray the Miburo. Serizawa killed him under that suspicion, which is something that Niho does find out after looking into the whole thing. Now, apparently Taro also works under Serizawa, and Serizawa does take a liking to Niho because Niho does stand up to him. It says, you don't really get too many people like that, ones who are willing to stand up. And Niho also, I think I said this before, Niho wants to be friends with Taro. Taro doesn't really think that's a plausible thing, but Neo's desperate to prove him otherwise. So now the whole mystery about what Serizawa was doing from the last episode is solved, and we're getting more Niho liking goodness. We're also introduced to Taro, who's the same age, and I think there's others who are the same age as Niho. So Niho might get his own group of friends. We'll see about that, and we're getting more insight on different members of the Miburo. Also, something I didn't mention was that Taro has been surviving since he was 3, which is why he's kind of emotionless. But, it is there. Next up, we have Hitorebachi desu for the isekai desu. So, somebody's killing the guys in the classroom, and we already know who it is by the end of the episode. Haruka gets dragged to the princess's home, I think that's the princess, and wants to leave because, he wants to be by himself. And apparently the princess was trying to seduce him, but unfortunately couldn't really do so because reasons. Then Haruka escapes for a 3rd time and finally succeeds. Hooray. Now, the jocks do survive the killings, but all the delinquents are dead, because Haruka did save the jocks before they perished. The jocks do tell Haruka about what's going on, and he tells them to go look for the class rep, because that's who the person who's been killing them is looking for. Meanwhile, Haruka herself decides to fight the person alone and realizes he needs to level up and get more skills and learn more about how to fight so he can have a chance. So the jocks do find the girls to tell them about what's going on with Haruka, and Haruka fights the killer, who is named Tanaka, who's part of the group. So now we know who's killing everybody, and Haruka does meet up with more people. So we're going to see, how much Haruka can do against this guy. We're going to see what class rep or Incho is going to do at this point. So it's just continuing the whole killing line. But I'm not sure who's actually. I don't know if anybody else is going to die at this point, but it may be interesting. But who knows? All we do know is that all the girls are together at this point. Only the delinquents are dead. So far. We don't know who else might be dead. We do know that Haruka does want to live his loathsome life. And now he has to fight somebody to do so. Alright, next up, Kekkon Suru. I'm not trying to blow past these. I am trying to give my own opinion about them, because none of them really pissed me off as much as Suma Shogakuse did. Anyway, so Takuya finally tells his dad they're not getting married, which his dad does berate him for saying, "Why didn't you tell me this a long time ago?" And apparently he doesn't have an answer. Meanwhile, Rika's still out cold, and then later wakes up and realizes that, he's been taking a brunt this whole entire time, and so she decides she wants to go, break the news to him. But before that, they do get a bit of chance to bond into the nightlife, and she does learn more about him and wants to like mess with his fluffy hair, which actually just gives me a lot of Nagatoro vibes. You know, with Nagatoro and Senpai, where Nagatoro wanted to rough Senpai's hair, so there's that. So after Rika does meet the family, they take a trip to the museum. So while they're in the museum learning more about like a lot of things, there's a teacher who's trying to watch a whole bunch of kids. Now this part I really got to talk about because this is like this carbon copy kids. Like, dear God, there's like 3 to 4 copies of each kid. No, like 2 to 3 copies of each kid. Like, if you actually pause and see like when they're all whipping by to him, it's like you can actually count the recolors. Like, Action Productions, are you that lazy? Don't tell me you're that lazy. What did you do? You did some good stuff elsewhere. Like, come on. You did Sailor Moon. Action Productions, what the hell's going on with you? Why do you copy this stuff, man? Come on. It's supposed to be good. I'm supposed to trust you. Don't do carbon copies. You don't do carbon copies, you idiot. But yeah, that's what Rika wants to do. Then they find me Takuyo's friend, who's named Now, who's moving to Tokyo to pursue her dream of being a craftsman. So this is basically just about both Rika and Takuya getting the lie out to the family and getting to know each other a little more. So it's basically more bonding and more getting out of the lie. So but we're going to see how this whole thing affects everybody when Now moves into the whole city. We'll see. Next is Mahouna. Now, again, this is one of those simple episodes. So, not much is going on with this episode, so I can easily read past this. Basically, Mrs. Suzuki leaves the whole school and is researching exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, at the school, there's a huge race going on. You know, showcasing like the plot and halting the plot and showcasing like what they learned from Mrs. Suzuki. So it's pretty simple, pretty standard. Not that much happens. But we don't know what happened with Mrs. Suzuki. We don't know what's going on with Mrs. Suzuki for now. We do know that the kids are learning her lessons and learning from each other about what's been going on. So that's simple, easy, to the point. Then we get to Mecha Ude. Oh boy! So, as it turns out, Aki's twin sister is still alive. And his name's Fubuki. But you know what I'm gonna call her? I'm gonna call you for Bungles. Why? Because I just like that name for Fubuki. For Bungles. As it turns out, Aki's twin Mecha Udes was actually one to her and one to the sister. But unfortunately, a fire broke out while the sister was being taken away somewhere and supposedly perished, which is why Aki got both of them. But turns out that wasn't the case, and Fubungles' Mecha Ude, Amaryllis, tells her exactly what happened, and it turns out Fubungles is dying. So, Aki is now looking towards Hikaru like something odd, and Shirayama, you know, the girl that's been trying to hook Hikaru and Aki together, going to study Hikaru's house. Now, Amaryllis explains that she's trying to absorb all this arbitrium to help Fubungles live, but unfortunately needs the life of Hikaru to completely get rid of the disease, because it's a disease that nobody can really help with. That's a blatant lie. So Hikaru's now going on a mission that Aki and Fubungles might have something to do with. In June, this guy joins them for fun. So Aki is now prepared to kill Hikaru for Fubungles, who may not be as sick as people think. So this is now just getting into Aki and Fubungles' backstory, or Fubuki's backstory. You know, why Fubuki disappeared, Aki's relationship, and is she going to make the choice to kill Hikaru? Maybe she might be on to the fact that Fubuki might be lying. She might not. Who knows? All we know is that she does miss her sister and now reunited with her. So we're going to see what happens at that point. Next would be Negaposi. Where's Negaposi, baby? Here you go. Negaposi Angara. So unfortunately, Sasaki does get paid, but it now has to spend his money a little more frugally. But Hana does forget to forget her stuff, and Sasaki gets forget to stock. Now, Hana does forget to stock up the store with fishing items, so her, Sasaki, and somebody named Nishimori goes to go stock up the stuff. Hana goes over her stuff while Sasaki and Nishimori are bonding a bit. Sasaki does get scolded about his spending habits, but does learn more about fishing. So the next day, you do go fishing, and Sasaki and Nishimori bond a little more. But as it turns out, Nishimori might be into somebody else more than she might be supposedly into Sasaki, and as someone else happens to be Hana. You know, Miss Big Hair. Then the pink-haired dude, Takaaki, reveals his backstory about, you know, being independent and being away from everybody. So now Sasaki and Takaaki bond. Sasaki does get paid again, but decides that, you know, he's so into fishing, he wants to buy better equipment. Takaaki did want about his money, but it's not necessarily a terrible choice if you want to support something that you really like. And, you know, Sasaki really does like fishing now. So basically, this is about just more bonding with everybody else, which might be, you know, more later down the line. We do know that Takaaki and Hana are going to be major players in Sasaki's life. Everybody else is going to come and go as we go on with the anime. But we do learn that, hey, Nishimori might be bad for the other team. She might be. I know I am missing another anime here. I am missing another anime, I'm not going to lie. And the anime I'm missing is, I believe, yeah, Nakaki no Bure. I am missing that one. Because that didn't come out in time by the time I did this whole thing. So, I might do that next stream. I'm going to do that next stream. Not next anime stream, but next stream in general. So I am aware I am missing that, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next, we're going to look at Gun Gale Online. So, this is basically about... So, nothing much has happened here. It's basically just everybody's reaction as to who the traitor is on each of the teams. Now, everybody who's a traitor gets together to a big ship, because that's where the final battle is going to take place. That's really it. I could say like certain things about it, but it's mostly just everybody's reactions to like what's been going on about it. So it's really not much to say. That's really all it. All right, next is Kimiwa Meido-sama. So we learn about the nurse's name, the real name, who's named Grace, and she has a dream. Her dream is to find all the hottest stunks in the world, and basically have a reverse harem on a remote island. But to do so, she needs to kill Yuki, who's also named Shue. Shue is actually part of a legendary group of assassins called Dragon's 9, and she's the White Wolf. You know, 4 of the Dragon's 9, the White Wolf, also known as Shue. So there's some backstory into Yuki's backstory to Yuki, and we now know exactly what Yuki's about. So Grace does break into the house to try to go after Hitoyoshi, and Yuki is now going to fight Grace. Apparently Grace figures out that there's something about Hitoyoshi that changes Yuki the way she is. Because all that's on Yuki's mind is Hitoyoshi, Riko, Ake Mochitaro, and Tonkatsu sauce. So we do learn a bit more about whether or not more about Yue's past. And it's pretty standard. Yuki saves him. Grace gives up because doesn't really harm him. And apparently, basically clear to Grace that I can kill you whenever I want to. I decided not to because that's not what Hitoyoshi-sama wants. So we do get some backstory. So the whole anime is basically just serving as a prelude to the fact that because of how infamous Yuki is, there's gonna be more people coming after Hitoyoshi's life. And other people may get involved. So we're going to see whether or not she actually has the chops to protect everybody. And I'm pretty sure she might. Next is Mao 2099. So, as it turns out, there's something going on with the city more so than they realize. The city is called Shinjuku City, and it turns out it's running on a different kind of energy source, which may be dying at this current moment. Now, Takahashi's client is named Eiju, and Adrian figured this out a while ago, but apparently was killed because I'm guessing he knew too much. And what he wanted was probably to help, like, figure out what more is going on. He knew he was going to die, but he did say one interesting bit of interest. One interesting thing, he did say that Vetol might be the key to helping solve this energy crisis within the city. Thankfully, Vetol is around, but we're going to have to see exactly what happens with this. Now, Vetol does try to reach Machina, who's not available at the current moment. So, all this episode really did was just give us a lot of lore about what's going on in Shinjuku City, and Vetol might be the key to saving it. Especially if its subordinate is going to do something bad, he might be the key to saving it. We're not sure exactly how, but it's gonna take a bit. We got 12 episodes, so I'm not sure if it's gonna end. I'm not sure if they're gonna solve it right here, or we might have a second season. We'll have to see. Next is Party Kata. So like I said last time that Siege, Lyra, and Anima formed the party, which is true. Now the whole guild realizes just how much of a dick Margulis really was, and they apologize. Narsena's not having it, but Laos decides, yeah, I'm going to forgive you anyway. So they end up taking up on Narcena and Laos take on another quest that involves the Phoenix. Unfortunately, because they're a two-man party, it's not recommended. What they need is a warrior, another warrior, a multi-healer, a warrior, a healer, and a mage, who just happens to be Lyra, Siege, and Arima. So now they team up with these new people to go fight the Phoenix. Because apparently that's what Narcena wants, but apparently Narcena can't get it because, well, when you're a part of a guild and you're an adventurer, you may have to take on quests that don't involve just kicking ass and know your finery. While going for shopping, they do run into her, Ralma. Narcena runs into Ralma, who also happens to be Laos's master. And it turns out Larma also is Narcena's father's old friend. And the reason Ralma is after Narcena because Narcena left a very poorly written note saying that, hey, I'm going to join this guy who's my big brother. And nobody knows about him. But thankfully they do set the record straight, and she does prove that she wants to be with him because, she does like him and wants to change with him, and he wants to change with her, and Rama is very happy about that. But as it turns out, Rama's not only there just to take Narcena back, she's also there for the guild leader Mist. Apparently there might be something going on because early in the episode, in the middle of the episode, there is something going on with the monsters and they're mutating. Unfortunately, the current guild leader the person in charge of the guild right now, that's not Mist, says that the guild doesn't really think that they need to take care of it because they're busy with other things. So that might come into play with Rama and Mist. And last one is Shangri-La Frontier. It's a farming episode. It's a bit of a farming episode. So there's the aftermath of the meeting with everybody. They talk about the advantages and disadvantages of revealing a bit too much information. But then they revealed that their clan, then Oikatsu, Pensagon, and Sunraku figured out they have 5 cards they can play at any point. The first card they can play is the fact that they have info on Bahuma because they complete a bonus unique scenario. The second card they have is that they have access to the Inventoria and the legacy weapons. The third card they can play is that they have an ancient craftsman who is B-Lock, so they can craft a whole bunch of ancient weapons. The fourth card they can play is the fact that when it comes to Rabitsua, the only person that has all the information is Sunraku. So anytime they want any more information, they have to go through him. And the fifth one is that they have info on the next bonus unique scenario. So as long as they can dangle those cards, they still have some sort of bit advantage over all the other clans. Now, this is where the whole thing gets very interesting because of the whole gaming industry. Now, Sunraku wants to go back to Rabitsua to check on Emerald, but realizes he wants to farm. So he goes to farm some crystal scorpions, but as per gaming, the devs want to add a shadow buff to it. They up the AI. But in true to some rocket fashion, he realizes this and figures out that one of the ways he can actually do so is actually a very clever way. And the clever way is the fact that the game does allow for fall damage towards enemies. So he wants to get a skill called Skywalker in order to, use that fall damage to farm crystal scorpions. Because now he can't just do that anymore, but he can't just go on the ground and up them anymore. Now he has to get them somewhere and then destroy them in another way, which is smart of him. And that's not the one skill he levels up. He levels up other plenty of skills. And all this is just to get like crystal scorpion parts because she thinks that she can make a masterpiece out of all of it. So yeah, it's a really good farming episode. And anybody who's farmed for a lot of things may have come up with a plan of their own or so. Like, you face that enemy that you fought before, and you think to yourself, oh, just do the same strategy because it's cheese. Only for the devs to say, nope. Shadow buff, Jutsu. You're going, what the hey? Why'd you shadow buff them? Why'd you shadow buff them? That's stupid. That's dumb. I can't, oh my god. But some Raku says like, oh yeah, you want to shadow buff them? Like, it's technically a nerf to me, but a buff to them? I got it. I got you. Guess what? I'll do Skywalker and still make it take fall damage. I'm just smart about it. And I'm not going to lie, he does make playing MMOs fun because, when you figure that kind of stuff out, you feel really good about yourself. You feel extremely good about yourself. Extremely good. And that's all the anime I got. Because the last one was Suma Shogakusei, but, I did that. And the others, the others, I just didn't watch so far. But I did say we're going to do something else. So, we're going to look at some of the Winter 2025 anime and see, what's on the menu for next season. Because we got, a lot of anime coming through. So first off, we're going to get rid of the ones that are already second season or stuff that I know I'm not going to be interested in. So, unfortunately, I didn't watch 100 Girlfriends, so I'm going to skip that. I unfortunately didn't watch The Wedding, so I'm going to skip that, unfortunately. What else did I not watch? That's the second season. Oh, see? Look at that. See? See? I told you. I knew it was a second season for that one. So I wasn't bugging. I don't know. Exorcist. I didn't watch it, so I'm going to skip that. What else is the second season that I didn't watch? I don't think let's see. Ishura. I think I watched Ishura. Did I watch Ishura? I gotta find out. Oh, okay. I did not watch Ishura, so okay, I guess safely skip that, unfortunately. What else did I not watch? That was the second season. So it's an Aquarion. I probably just skipped that, unfortunately. I'm gonna skip Bang Dream and Social Aquarion. I'm gonna believe I didn't see that. Car Farmer skip. This time I skip. This is music skip. I'm gonna skip this as well. Skip and skip. So we got a whole bunch of things we skipped. So we're gonna see some of these previews to find out exactly what's going on. But we do know the ones that I am not gonna do previews on because these are already guaranteed to be watched. So watching Solo Leveling. Watching Kusuria. I'm watching Dr. Stone. We're gonna see Sakamoto Days. I'm watching Unnamed Memory. So yeah, these are just kind of like the confirms. Like what I've watched, I'm already confirmed to watch. We're watching Hanako-kun, because that's gonna be a confirmed. Grisaya, yeah, definitely. Grisaya is already confirmed. Let's see what else is like easy confirmed. Okay, that's that. Let's do a refresh of it so we can get rid of some of the ones that we're not watching so far. There we go. Alright, so some of the isekai we're probably going to get rid of because it might be a little too much for me. Because right now we have a potential 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 42 anime we could potentially watch. So we're going to get rid of some that are a little... So some that like do reincarnations or isekais, we're probably going to like exit out. So, let's see what we can get for Sakamoto Days. Cause I heard this actually was a good thing. So we're gonna cut this music out. All right, so let's read it. I still gotta eat. I mean, I'm probably eat. Anyway. So, Taro Sakamoto was once a legendary hitman considered the greatest of all time. Bad guys feared him, assassins revered him, but then one he quit, got married, and had a baby. He's now living a quiet life as the owner of a neighborhood store, but how long can Sakamoto enjoy his days of retirement before his past catches up to him? So we have a teaser trailer and an official trailer. Let's watch the official trailer for now. So this is on Netflix, I believe. Okay, so we got closed captions. Let's do that. Scushy. Let himself go. This is the Weekly Shonen Jump one on Netflix. So this is the Netflix jail, baby. Legend Hitman turned shopkeeper. Sakamoto Days. In January 2025. Only on Netflix. Alright, so that's a pretty interesting one. We're gonna consider just watching that. I usually put the ones to consider. Next, Class no Daikiri. So there's a PV, there's a preview, but it's only Japan. There's no site to where it's listed on, so we're gonna see that later. But anyway, arch enemies Hojo Saito and Sakaramori Akane are notorious across the high school for their bitter rivalry. Each day is a new battleground filled with constant bickering and fiery clashes. But everything changes when Saito's domineering grandfather delivers a shocking ultimatum: marry his rival or lose the family business to the dog. Why, Granddad? Why? Reluctantly, Saito agrees, and to his surprise, so does Akane. Now the two must navigate life as an unlikely couple, sharing a house, meals, and even a bed. Without tearing each other apart, can they keep their embarrassing marriage a secret from their classmates? And what could have possibly motivated Akane to agree to this arrangement in the first place? Well, since the previews are in Japan, well, let's see the first one, because there's going to be more afterwards. Sorry, there's no subs.
待ちなさい。あんた、昨日の学級日誌適当に書いて帰ったでしょ。特になしって何なのよ。めんどくさ。たとえ世界に男がいなくなったとしても、こいつとだけはありえないわ。それはこっちのセリフだ。たとえ世界がひっくり返っても、お前とだけはありえない。二人とも結婚しなさい。は？今結婚しろと聞こえた気がしたんだが、何の理由だ。いや、不調か。私たちまだ高校生よ。自分たちの果たせなかった思いを孫で成就させたい。結婚してくれるわよね。私たちのことクラスのみんなに言ったら殺すから。電話のバス時に結婚っていうのは自分の意思でやるものなのよ。学校で絡まれるだけでも面倒なのに神経が持たないかもし 姫様抱っこすべき。でも好きとかそういうのじゃないから。全然違うから。クラスの大嫌いな女子と結婚することになった。
Airing in January. Okay. that was it. Oh, I forgot to look at the studios too. So this is by Studio Gomi and Axes. So Studio Gomi did Suda Children, Shimatsu no Harem, Vending Machine Another World, Reincarnated as the Vending Machine, Modernista Seto Gakuen, which I did like, Seiren, which actually sucked. I'm sorry, Seiren, you sucked. Hishi Kuzu Telepath, Toji no Miko, which was actually pretty okay. Ooh, Kiri no Mosaic! Ooh, Yuki Yuna. I should remember Indro, and I'm sure Ramen Daisuke Koizumi-san. Interesting enough, this is a lot of Manga Time Kiara stuff. Yeah, a lot of this is basically from Manga Time Kiara, which is a pretty big manga for a lot of like semi-yuri stuff. Cause yeah, there's 8 channel plus, there's 8 channel, which I remember, Yuki Yuna, which is kind of part of it. There's Kohaku no Pandora, I remember that was being part of it. Yeah, the Saki, which I think is kind of part of it. What else is part of it? Well, I won't say a lot of it, but some of it's in there. Kirino Mosaic is part of it. I think Endro is probably part of it. Yeah, there's a lot of Yuri kind of stuff in there. Yeah, a lot of Yuri stuff. Or at least Yuri Baitish. Oh wait, that's gonna launch into Altalia? I actually want to play that. Is that it? Yep, there it is. Altalia, Eshka, and Logi. So yeah, that's a game that was made for Windows? Wait, specifically for Windows? No, okay. Alright, so PS3, PS Vita, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think this was actually dubbed either. Because I do remember after a while, after a certain game, they stopped dubbing them. Oh no, they dubbed them. Okay, so this does get the dub. Okay, so this one, the game got the dub, but not the anime. Alright, that's fine by me. I don't really care. That is fine by me whatsoever. Alright, so we're going to put this under consider because we're considering watching this. Next is Guild no Ukesu Kijo. Okay, Alina Cover signed up to be a receptionist for the Adventures Guild thinking it will be her ticket to the good life. Unfortunately, her dream gig turns into an overtime nightmare whenever the Adventures get stuck clearing a dungeon. To save herself from a mountain of paperwork, Alina takes it to beating down monsters herself to solve the problem. Now she just needs to keep her activities a secret. So basically, the guild of receptionists decided, yeah, screw you guys, I'm taking care of this. And it's on Crunchyroll and it's by Cloverworks. Cloverworks has done a number of good stuff. As you can see here, Horimiya, Darling of France, Neverland, Windbreaker, Bunny Senpai, Fairy Tales, Mochi the Rock. So they got a resume. So we'll see how this works out. So we're just doing. So it's just character PvP so far. Franklin Prince 17. Welcome to the party. I'm reviewing anime. This is the anime for 2025. That's what we're reviewing right now. My name is Silva Lowenhart, and we do anime every week. So this one is Guild no Uketsu Keijo. Glad you can follow me, you know? Make sure you stick around. We got some good stuff going on. We got some games going on. It might be some good fun. But so far, this is on Crunchyroll, but they're only showing character PVs. No, like, you know, straight up trailers. But the premise is very interesting. We'll see how that works out. And Sakamoto Days is by TMS Entertainment. And if I'm not mistaken, TMS Entertainment does have a huge record. So they have Dr. Stone, which I'm pretty sure they're doing New World as well, so we don't have to work with them. They did the remake of Fruits Basket, so that was pretty good. They did Megalobox. That was great. Megalobox, perfect. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. But they also did Kanojo Okurishimasu, or Rent a Girlfriend. So that kind of takes down a little of their stuff. But hey, you know, when you get some bad stuff, you get some good stuff. They did Nomad Megalobox Season 2. That was pretty good. Amama to Inazuma. That was actually a good one. That was actually a really good anime. I love that. They also did the Gray Man. They did Densu Kenchi. They did the Bakis. Oh, they did Kabaddi. I didn't finish it, but it was just very interesting to know that Kabaddi was there. They did Braid 10, Bakugan Brawlers, Zetman. Okay, so yeah, they did Conan. They're still doing Conan. Yeah, see, they got 7 pages worth of anime, so yeah, they're doing good. Sakamoto Days is in good hands. Then we have Izuru Saikyo no Renkin Jutsu. So it's by Studio Comet. Not even a hero, Takumi Iruma gets accidentally mixed in when a group of heroes shows to be summoned into another world. Oh boy, another isekai. As compensation for the mix-up, a goddess offers him the right to choose any skill he wishes for. Hoping for a peace and quiet life that has nothing to do with fighting or going into battle, he chooses a seemingly boring creation skill. However, it turns out Renkin Jutsu, or alchemy, is the most powerful skill that allows him to create everything from a holy sword to flying ships. This cheat skill he unexpectedly acquired turns him into a wealthy merchant and makes him undefeatable in battles. A heartwarming adventure story about possibly the most powerful alchemist in the world. Alright, so we have a teaser and then we have a straight up preview. So first off, Studio Comment. So they did Henji no Salabo, which is pretty good. They also did Initial D First Stage, School Rumble. So they did Peach Girl. They did Suzuka. Okay, so they got something on there. They got they got some stuff on their mantle. Oh, they did Captain Tsubasa J. They got some good mantles. Winter. What else they do? Jewel Pet. Yeah, okay, so I think Studio Comet is a part of all the Jewel Pets. Yeah, it looks like they do everything Jewel Pet-ish. That's not a terrible thing, but it's just a notable. It's not a bad thing. It's just notable. Anyways, look at the preview.
これが僕の新しい姿。本当にファンタジー世界だわ、これ。
ようこそバーダ村へ。
好きなだけいてくれ、匠。
一緒に来るかい？
一緒。
寂しくなるな。
行くんだろ、次の場所へ。
本当にお世話になりました。初めて来た大きな町は見るものすべてが新鮮だ。
帰れ。ここはお前のような子供がいていい場所じゃない。
マリアと言います。よろしくお願いします。ここには払い下げの魔術書がたくさんあるんであります。
この人は今まで会ってきた貴族たちのような人ではない。
これまでできすぎなくらいいい人たちや場所に巡り会えたのも全部過去のおかげ。
これからの成長や出会い、すべては匠くん。あなた次第。
僕たちはお互いにお互いの翼なんだって思うんだ。決まった。僕らのパーティー名は。
Okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I mean, it's kind of an isekai, but not exactly isekai, so we'll consider it. Nihon e Yokoso Elvisan. Now, I remember reading the manga to this. I didn't finish it, I didn't get too far, but I do remember reading the manga. So, it's by Studio G. There's already a teaser. We'll watch the teaser later. So Studio G is also doing Nageki. They did Grand Blue. They did Rikega Koi. They did Kori Zokusei, which I really did like. They did Kaita Ultimate. I did like that. Oh, they did Sugumomo, which was actually pretty good. Oh, yeah, okay. They did Tenku Shimpan. Sometimes you gotta look at it again to figure out exactly what they did and what they didn't do. So, yeah, they have a bit of a record, so it's okay. Let's read their synopsis. Kazuhiro Kitase's only hobby is sleeping. Ever since he was young, he will enter a wondrous world where his dreams and go within his dreams and go on thrilling adventures. One day he goes on an adventure with an elf girl he became friends with in his dream world, but is put to an abrupt halt when they both get scorched with a dragon's breath. As he wakes from his dream, he notices a familiar figure sleeping next to him. The elf girl from his dreams? Nani? Join Kazuhiro on his new adventures to Japan with Miss Elf. So let's see the preview. I'm eating as I watch the previews.
不思議な面を一つくらいは持っている。霊感の強い人、生きた絵をスラスラと描ける人。そんな不思議なことが僕にも一つだけ。子供の頃から幻想的な世界に憧れていた。僕は夢の中でそんな剣と魔法の世界に行けるんだ。そして僕の人生にとって最も不思議なことがこう
Is she naked? Oh no!
ここがあなたの言っていた日本？すごいすごい！こんなに発展した都市なんて初めて見るわ。私今とってもワクワクしているもの。
この景色がこんなに綺麗だって僕は初めて知った。
I do remember in the manga that they actually do go back on they do go back to the to his dreams every once in a while. Ooh, I think I put too much salt in this one. On these potatoes. Alright, I said I was gonna watch this, so I'm gonna put it into considering. Next would be Kuroi Medaka from and the company who's making it is oh, they got more stuff than just okay. A ton of teasers actually. We'll watch like at least like maybe one or so. But Synergy SP, they did Hachi Nanite. They did Kazuko Inazuke. They also did Kanojo mo Kanojo. Battle in 5 Seconds, Henshi no Salabo, which they did a collab on. Oh, they did Hayate no Gotoku. I remember this Taisho Ultimate. I wanted to actually read the manga. Kawaii Crisis. They did Initial D Final Stage, Initial D Fifth Stage. Okay, so they did Metal Fight Beyblade. Cool. Oh, they did Mar? Wow. Okay, so they've been in business for a minute. Chibi Devil. I remember watching Chibi Devil. It was okay. They also did yeah, you can definitely look at it and see like this is basically like really early like 2000, early mid 2000s kind of deal. You can see that. Oh God. Oh my God. All right. Let's see. Mona is the cutest girl in the school and she knows it. In fact, she has everyone wrapped around her pretty little finger, except Medaka Kuroiwa, a recent transfer student. Determined to win him over and solidify her reign as unchallenged Queen Bee, Mona rolls out the red carpet for a news movie subject. Excuse me. Only for the stone cold stoic to glare her down every turn. There's not far will she go to prove her charms are truly irresistible and win over the last unclaimed heart in school. And why is it that her heart Chechesky's getting tired the harder he proves to conquer? Well, let's see. Let's see some oh, we got English here. Cool. Alright, let's see.
黒岩くん、この時間ね、先生いないの。
Oh boy.
河合モナ17歳、大阪生まれ。キュキュするよ。モテる女。おはよう。
Oh my God.
おはよ
おはよう。
おはよ
おかしい。なんでや。私に見向きもしない男がいるなんて。ありえへん。なんで。
Yuzurizawa. Okay.
不思議な。こんな可愛い子にしかめっ面ってありえへん。
東京って
Rota Iwasaki.
過激な場所なんだ。大丈夫か。
私がキュンキュンしてどうすんねん。 せてやるから
Alright. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not exactly sure how to feel about this whole thing. Mainly because of the fact that it's basically a girl who just can't stand the fact that one dude doesn't like her. And so she's trying to pull out all the stops to get this dude to like her. Just accept the fact that he doesn't like you and move on. I'll consider watching it, but, yeah. I'll probably put something in the plan to watch. Actually, no, I'll just give it a consider, because that's how it works out. Alright, next we have Botsuraku Yote by Studio Dean, of all people, and Marvy Jack. Now, what the hell is Marvy Jack? Oh. Okay, so they did the original Spice and Wolf. So they've been around for a bit. And that's all they really did. They didn't really do much afterwards. In fact, now that I'm looking at it, the only anime they did by themselves was Koiten and Onmyoji. Everything else was a joint effort. At least according to this site. And the funny thing is that it was founded in 2003, so it makes you wonder what the heck happened. Anyway, the joint efforts were with Brainbase, Alfred ENvtuber, and Studio Dean. They need more solo work, I'm not gonna lie. You've already seen Studio Dean. So let's see what this was about. Oh boy, it's a reincarnation. Okay. While innocently enjoying himself after work, one man's life changes forever. He wakes in the body of Liam Hamilton, the youngest son of a noble house on the brink of collapse. Amid the chaos, Liam realizes he finally has time to learn and practice magic. Once he begins, it takes his life for an even bigger turn. Can Liam master magic save his noble family? The aristocrat fantasy begins. Since this is a reincarnation, we're going to say no. Oh yeah, I was just looking at this. So, Saberworks. I'm a behemoth, an necessary monster, but mistaken for a cat. I live as the elf girl's pet. Let's see. Yep, another reincarnation. Guys, see, reincarnated. So I don't need to really read more into it. And it looks etchy. It's very etchy. So you know we'll get some etchiness in here. That's how it works. I think we're look at Saberworks. Oh, this is Saberworks' only work. Huh. And 0G. Okay, so we already know about 0G. So because it's a reincarnation, we're skipping it. I usually skip some things I do skip because this is like automatically off the table. Not all of them, but most of them. Now we got UL Blatt by Satellite and Stable Entertainment. Now Satellite did Lock Horizon, Fairy Tail, Vanitas, Hell's the Ultimate, Helk, Nanbaka, Fairy Tail, I said Fairy Tail, Rokudo no Onotachi, which I did like, Sakugan, White Album, Girl of the Air Force, which is actually pretty interesting, Caligula, Nagato Yuki-chan. Okay, so, oh yeah, I'm also doing Yokai Gakko. Okay, so that's where I seen it from. Cool. Anyway, Stable Entertainment did Kekkon Yubiwa Monogatari. They also did, they're doing the season 2, so I'll watch that when I get a chance. And that's it. Oh, it also did Kiso no Vermin. Or Vermin. For male. Alright. Let's see. Rumors stir throughout the land. When the wielder of the black sword draws his dark blade, all who stand in his path are torn asunder. Coinzel, the mysterious young boy... Coinzel... the mysterious young boy who carries the black sword, undeniably wields it with exceptional skill. But can he truly be responsible for the bloody rumors? Pursued by the traitor's lancers, 4 powerful warriors who were thought to have been defeated by the 7 heroes, the strength of the young swordsman will be tested to his limits. At battle's end, only the shocking truth of Coinzel's quest will stand above the corpses of his enemies. An epic fantasy on the grandest of scales. So we do have a preview. Let's check it out. It is the time of the Seal of Darkness Wars. Bloody. They have betrayed their comrades, murdered them, and stolen their medals. They were called the 7 Heroes. and were revered by the citizens of the Empire and lived their lives in luxury. Oh, this is original. Oh.
今日はいい月夜だ。
Oh, this looks cool. Mm.
随分時間がかかったし、こんな姿になっちゃったけど。僕は帰ってきたよ。
He may look now like a young boy, but changed his name to Koinzo. 20 years later, he finally sets out for revenge. You better blat. Alright. Alright. I'm actually looking forward to this. Cool. Where is it? You blat? You're considered. Next is Hazure Skill. Alright. It's from Asahi Productions. Asahi Productions is also responsible for Mahou Shoujo ni Akogarete and Peach Boy Riverside. And Doll's Frontline and Himegoto. Yeah, that Himegoto. They said only one time and never again. Oh, and Wave Surfing Yappei. I did watch that. That was pretty interesting. Oh, they have more? Huh. I thought I watched all of them. I guess not. But they've been at it since for a while. So around 1992, it seems. Okay, so... Oh, no. In the late 80s. Oh, they actually have the release up here. So they've been around in 1973. So they've been around for a while. Okay, cool. You know, can't fault people to be around for a while. So they've been around for a while. There's the trailer in Japanese, but let's see the synopsis. In this world, one can gain special abilities by eating a skill fruit only once. To need another is a certain death sentence. However, Light obtains a skill called Nut Master, which is unsuitable for battle. He resigns himself to a life as a farmer, but a chance he eats another skill fruit. At this moment, he learns to hand the ability a Nut Master. So basically, he eats different fruits and acquires all sorts of skills. Alright. It's not an isekai, it's not a reincarnation. It's just, I had a terrible skill, and it turns out it's actually busted. Let's take a look. What is it saying?
新たなスキル。どうやら俺はこの世で唯一の2つ目のスキルを持つ人間になってしまったらしい。
私は私の信念で冒険者をします。
Lin!
お父さんのお役に立てるように情報収集しなきゃです。主賓が来なきゃ始まらないわ。木の実マスターのライト君。ようこそ。
Now we got Lin.
カボルストの鍛冶工房へ。
これで俺も冒険者の仲間入りだ。史上最高の冒険者になって歴史に名を刻むんだ。
Alright. Okay, no problem. Okay. Like I said, it's not an isekai, and it's not a reincarnation. It's just somebody has a broken skill. Cool. Alright. Next we have Fukushoku Kanteshi. Even given the worthless operator class, I'm actually the strongest. Okay. So the studio itself is by Okuruto Noburo, who also did Sosukichi, Oredake, which I did like, Isekai Mao, Tomodachi Game, One Room, Viral hit? My guy. You had me a viral hit. You had me a viral hit. Alright, let's see how this works out. In a fantasy world where jobs are God-given from birth, heroes are born, not made. In each job of a phrase that has put him above, about as far from the hero pedestal as possible. Used, abused, and eventually abandoned by his fellow adventurers, Aang decides it's just not worth going on. Lucky for Aang, though, the end may just be the beginning, and a new lease on life. Turns out his worthless job may just be the key to becoming a hero after all. Well, let's see the previews. We have a teaser and a first preview. Nothing for English, so but we'll see anyway. Let's go.
俺の名前はゴミ拾いじゃなくてアインだ。俺が弱いからいけないんだ。鑑定。
私も力になりたいから。私回復できます。世界中の雫使い放題。お役立ちまくりです。
わしの名はウルスラ。世界中の守り手じゃ。ではこうしよう。小僧、わしがお主を鍛えてやろう。貴様は最強の賢者から直々に手ほどきを受けるのじゃ。生半可な覚悟で挑むことは許さぬぞ。よろしくお願いします。
Okay, so I think he trains his skill now.
精霊の目で超鑑定。
Okay. Excuse me. All right, that's actually pretty good. I don't know. I'll consider it. I still got a lot of stuff to go. Still got a lot to go, but we're gonna go through it. JC staff working on honey lemon soda. Well, that's already a good start. Let's see what's going on here. In middle school, Uka Ishimori was nicknamed Stone. In order to change herself, she enrolled in Hachimisu High School, known for its culture of student liberty. Seated at the desk next to her in the same class is Kai Mayura, a coolly freewheeling boy with lemon-colored hair. In truth, Uka met Kai once in middle school and decided to attend Hachimisu based on a single word he said to her. To Uka, the popular Kai is a distant presence. Yet somehow, Kai starts to look at Uka. With Kai encouraging her, Uka gradually begins to fit into her classmates. But Uka's world is gradually changing with Kai's presence. Now I am in the center of the endlessly spreading light. Alright, we got previews here. From Crunchyroll, thank you.
中3の冬、レモンソーダみたいだって思った。
That's some weird ass eyes, I'm not gonna lie.
刺激物。
I would say weird, but those are some interesting eyes.
あの時のこと覚えてるは
Close
ず
up
ない。
at least.
でも
Yeah. He has lemon soda here. You have lemon soda eyes.
私にはあれが全てで。
That monumental young love story is being animated at
変わ
last.
らなきゃ変わらなきゃって気を張りすぎてプレッシャーになって逆に呪いをかけてるみたい。
変わりたい。
The world wants to pass my imagination.
誰かに言えよ。助けてって。
誰に。
俺に。
It sparkled.
石森うか高校1年生春呪いがほどけるそのレモンソーダで。
Instantly, how does honey lemon soda taste? Now I'm curious. I want to know how honey lemon soda tastes. Why does it say Uka here? Alright, Uka here. She's Uka and he's Kai. Okay, I was a little confused. I'm sorry. I was a little confused because I was thinking like, wait, who's the hell is Uka? I know Kai, but that's not Uka. Oh, wait, Uka is the girl. I wonder what the single word is, but it might be a bit popular. Might be a bit, interesting. Who knows? Next is Sarari Manga Isekai. Okay, it's Isekai. We don't need to read anything else. He gets Isekai. It helps everything out. It's classic. It's classic. No need to really go into it. Basically, the four heavenly kings of the Demon's King armies reigns over a certain alternate world, and the one chosen as the fourth for them is none other than an ordinary salaryman, Uchimura Denosuke. After being headhunted by the Demon King's army, Uchimura is welcomed to a director level position, but business in the Demon King's army is one life or death mission after another. Since Uchimura has no particular powers, he must tackle every challenge he's faced in this new world using the experience and knowledge of a Sarariman. This career change isekai tale is for all the working folks out there. I feel like it could be funny, but since it's isekai, I'm skipping it, unfortunately. Just saying. When it comes, reincarnations and isekais, I kind of just say it's whatever. I don't really want to deal with it. I could deal with overpowered protagonists, but isekais and yeah, I just gotta cut some things out. I don't want to watch everything. Alright, so here's the next one. I left my A-rank party to help my former students reach the dungeon depths. It's by Bandai Namco Pictures? Oh. Okay, so they also did Ida Makun, Wistoria. That was also pretty good. Gintama. They're doing Wistoria Season 2. Monogatari. That was actually pretty okay. I forgot they had an anime. I didn't realize they had an animation studio. Ooh, they did Birdie Wing? Oh, they did all the Gintamas. You know what? Gintama's a good anime. If you haven't watched any of them, I suggest you do so. You're missing out. It's long, but it's worth the trouble. It's worth it. But yeah, Bandai Namco Studio. I guess if you're doing this, it must be something decent. Let's see what it's about. Yuke, a red mage, angrily declares that he's leaving Thunder Pike, the area party he's been with for 5 years, because he's fed up with being insulted and ridiculed by the other members. Oh boy! Another person leaves the party kind of anime. While searching for a new party, he runs into his former students Marina, Silk, and Rain, and decides to join the party, Clover. Encouraged by their admiration of him as a teacher, it was either Yuke or UK. I call him Yuke. Yuke leads them into competing several quests that shows off his own extraordinary magic and skills or bring out the girl's abilities to the fullest. Then, through an adventure broadcast by an artifact known as Camelot, Clover becomes well known throughout society. The party's dream is to conquer Achromatic Darkness, the most challenging dungeon of all. But as they take on other dungeons in hopes of eventually achieving that goal, they gradually become entangled in chaos that threatens the whole world. Oh, they're all girls. It's also a 2-core. 2 cores back to back. So this is going to continue on into spring anime. Alright, let's see. Yeah, they're all girls. It's a harem!
本日をもって俺はこのサンダーパイクを抜けさせてもらう。これは A ランクパーティーを離脱した俺が最高の元教え子たちと共に最高の夢を叶える物語。
Over 1 million students. Over 1 million books sold? Nice. Hiro Mineta. Hana Inami. Natsumi Kawaida. Nene Hieda.
俺たちはクローバーだ。みんな慎重に楽しもう。
Okay. It's on Crunchyroll, so there you go. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm actually gonna consider watching it. Kono Kaisha. Oh. Office comedy. You know we like that. We like that. It's by Blade. And Blade did Hokkaido Girls. They also did Level 1 Mao. Tomodachi no Imoto. I'm gonna try that out. Sports Climate Girls? I did like that. What was the other one? I did try this, but I just didn't like it, unfortunately. Okay. Not too much. Oh, this was in China. I think I remember this game. The Wushin Dakanzo. New Wushin. Okay. Anyway, I have a question at work. Let's read the synopsis. Yui Mitsuha and Masaku Taiteishi aren't just any co-workers. They totally have the hots for each other. They want to get it on. His helpful yet humble attitude makes her giddy, and her cuteness leaves him agreeing like a fool. Problem is, they're trying to keep the new relationship under wraps to avoid making things awkward at work. But seeing how they can't keep their hands off each other, they run the risk of spilling the little secret with each other with each passing day at the office. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely something. Yeah. It's only one preview, 51 seconds, less than a minute, but I'm already interested already because of the office romance. Office comedy, actually. I'm already interested because it looks like it's going to be a very hilarious thing.
立石君ちゃんと処理してよねお役所男か
同期で犬猿の中で通ってる俺たちだけどな
なりマイナスに振っとかないと
Hey, we don't do hand holding in here.
表情出すぎバレるぞ俺はこの会社に好きな人がいます
I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to these kind of comedies, it's usually the side characters that are like the best.
二人は内緒でえ
Yeah, it's usually the side characters that are technically like some of the best characters. And we got like 5 of them. One dude and the rest are girls. And I feel like the one with the glasses is probably going to be the most hilarious. It's probably going to be the most hilarious. So you know what? You're put on the watch because you catching my interest just because of that alone. Just because of that alone. Just because of that, you're automatically going to be watched. Alright, Neat Kunoichi is the next one. It's from Quad. And what did Quad do so far? They did Bokura no Animo Protocol. Oh, they did the dog anime, where the dog's the simp. I think I remember this. Kaijin Kaihutsubu. I think I remember this one. Yeah, I remember this one. I remember this. Miss Kuroitsu. Okay. Alright, so they're doing Niku no Ichi. Okay. Any other... Okay, so there's no other previews besides Japanese. Neat. There's no... The teaser... How come the teaser is longer than a preview? I noticed that. The teaser is 56 minutes... Teaser is 50 seconds longer. I guess I'll check that out. Anyway, in order to protect the ordinary businessman Tsukasa Atsumi from demons, a genius Kunoichi Shizuri Ideura signs a master servant contract with him on the condition that she stays with him. Despite her cool appearance of defeating demons, Shizuru is a otaku neat who spends all her time playing video games. While Shizuru is foiled by Tsukasa and leads a lazy cohabitation life, the quirky Kunoichi gather together. A romantic comedy about living together with a genius Kunoichi who is an otaku and neat. Well, let's see the preview. It's long. Well, the teaser, I guess. Okay, animation's pretty decent. Music is nice. Remember, this is on YouTube, so, you know, they want to focus on it. I'm just watching the previews for this anime. Oh god, it's Power Rangers! We're the Power Rangers! Ninja Storm!
ただいま
うにつーちゃんお腹すいたよお願いご飯作って
Yeah, she's hungry.
この物語はダメニートクの一が妖魔に襲われる最大主人公を全力で守るお話である。
ニートクの一となぜか同棲始めました。
Well, they did a good job showing off all the characters, so I'm interested. I'm pretty interested in that. Alright, next would be Sentai Red Isekai. Oh boy, an Isekai. Well, it's a Sentai Ranger and Isekai. I'm not gonna lie, that'll be interesting. And I already said about Satellite, so let's read the synopsis. Asagaki Togo was the Red Ranger in a heroic Ranger squad. During their final battle against the ultimate evil organization, he suffers a crushing defeat and resigns himself to death. As still, he finds himself reborn in a entirely different world. Embracing his new role as an adventurer, he transforms into Kizuna Red and continues his pursuit of justice, helping those in need. Enjoying this heroic tale of a ranger becoming the protector of another world. And it's okay. We got an English trailer. Cool. Or English subs.
今回の冒険者も外れね。
仕方ありません、イドラお嬢様。
そうね。中止しましょう。
Might be a bit etchy here.
本日はもう一人冒険者を呼んでおりますが、期待の新人だとか。
あんたら逃げろ。こいつは人さらいゴーレムだ。
まさかあれが。
例の冒険者です。
伴走プレートセット。
何あのこと。
セット。
腕輪は。というか、なんなのあのやけにキレのある謎の動き。
燃え盛る熱き友情の戦士。
We're going Kamen Rider. Kizuna Red. Yes. Okay, you know what? Tomoya Ito.
私はイドラアーボ。
Konomi Inagaki.
この男はヘルティナリズー。
Minami Tanaka. Okay, I remember. I know her. Tomohiro Ono.
バーニングキスタパンチ。来いターボエンジン。
次から次へと理解不能なものを増やさないで。
俺たちの絆なら
Okay.
未来掴み取れるさ。俺たちの絆の勝利だ。
異世界の兵器怖。
Go. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Alright. You convinced me. You convinced me. Watching. Alright. Okinawa de Tsuki is a love polygon. Pensy, who did Kumo Desuka, who Isekai de Cheat Skill, Copcraft, which I did watch, Berserk. Unfortunately, we'll still never get the anime treatment. Tekyu? They did Tekyu? I like Tekyu. Dear God, Tekyu. Alright. Todoroki Nakamura recently transferred to school in Okinawa from Tokyo and fell in love with a girl. Unfortunately, he can't understand her dialect. With the help of his new friend Hika-san, Nakamura will experience a cross-cultural romance on the southern island. So we have an official trailer in English.
俺は中村照明。この春沖縄に来た。好きな人もできて。
さあ。
キャンサー。なんか様子が。誰？
ああ、ヒーナ、おじさん好きだからね。
Ooh. Sadness for you. Yamato Kinjo.
魚食え。
テール、あんたは今沖縄特有ののんびりした時間の中に。
おーい。またごめん。やっと来たんち。
Definitely got the Osaka vibes. Naohiga, Risa Tsumugi.
ほら、ガーナ。
Oh, what was that again? Myuri Shibabukuro.
ほら、ガーナ。
Shinjo
テ
Shamoji.
ールに訳してあげんと。
海がもったいない。
Shongo Nakamura.
お前可愛いこと言うな。また魚いると。
Kentaro Kumagai.
ちなタイムのことやしかんてうちなあのことやしかんならんちんつらしみそれ
なんて。
起きた。
About 2 months earlier.
今日来たんですか？
はい、朝の便で。
こんなところで何
I
して
probably
たん
show
です
the characters from.
いや
Probably show
まあ
the
海初めて見たんで。
We'll probably see the voice actors for the
入っ
the
て
main
みようか
characters.
と。
Or not. Or they are probably there, it's just not in English. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh, that's that was preview 2. No wonder. Okay. Yeah, preview 1 is not in English, so yes, whatever. Anyway, okay, not too bad. Magic Maker, Isekai. Oh god, it's two of my hated ones. Story follows two siblings from a minor noble family. Marie, the outdoorsy elder sister, and Sion, a shy bookworm who loves magic in his life. And loves magic in his past life. Excuse me. When Sion one day asks his father about the existence of magic but is met with confusion, the pair go on their own adventure to discover it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be good. Unfortunately, I'm going to skip it, so anybody who tells me it's good, it's good. Okay, no synopsis here. Oh, sorry, my bad. Alright, no synopsis here. But there are previews. Aku Yaku Reijo Tensei Oji-san. It's from, so the studio is Aja Do, who also did Yubisage Torenden, Kemono Jinhan, Isekai Mao, I did watch that, Hozoki no Genkokuju, Shimasu no Izeta, I did watch that. There's one OST I'd like from that I really still love. They did Revenger, but I did watch. They did Kakushi Goto, that was pretty good. Vampire Hunter D, and among others. Okay, cool. Alright, so there's no preview to this, but I'm pretty sure it's just about a woman teaching him how to dance. I could probably look it up, like, you know, yeah, I could probably look it up, like, here. Let me see. Oh. The middle-aged man that reincarnated as a villainess. Okay, we're done. All these reincarnated villainesses, why would we do that? It could be funny, but no. Just leave it off. Mahotsukai no Yakuzu. Again, no synopsis, but it's based off a game. It's called Promise of Wizard. Let's see what the heck this is. Promise of Wizard. It's an online game. Is it still going? Well, it's only on Android. I don't know about this one. What's the plot? Okay, so according to Wikipedia, Promise of Wizard revolves around a stage whose name and gender can be changed by the player. A human from modern-day Japan who has been summoned into a world where wizards and magic are real by a group of wizards known as the Sage Wizards. Okay, so it's the Isekai. Okay, so because it's a self-insert, it's the Isekai. Let's just skip it. Next up, we have Kisekai Koyukyu. I want to escape from Princess Lessons. 61 days? Oh yeah, well, it is in January. EMT Squared. Funny name. Yusha Yamarisu, they did that. They also did Yusha Party. I did read that. I did like this. Isekai Yururi. It was a very obscure one. Assassin's Pride was okay. I did like Renai Bokun. Isekai de Mofu Mofu. I don't think oh, Kumo. Bear. Yeah, bear, and bear. It's bears. Lots of bears. But that was still fun. I can't lie. That was actually a pretty good one. Shimatsu Train Dokuiku. I did watch that. That was actually pretty good. Oh, I did watch this one. That was actually pretty funny. Fundashi Koko Sekaitsu. Basically, this dude loves yaoi. Nothing wrong with yaoi, especially if it's good. It's not every yaoi work. It's not every yaoi hits, unfortunately. Some do, some don't. It's like every yuri. Some do, some don't. Anyway, Letitia Dorman, daughter of a duke, has been engaged to the Crown Prince Clark since age 7. Though once a spirited child, she's undergone 10 years of strict lessons to teach her manners to fit for the future queen. Distraught by the loss of her freedom, Letitia clings onto her hope that the prince might someday take an interest in another woman, and when he shows up to a royal ball with an unknown lady by his side, she's elated to see her engagement broken off. Finally, her dreams have come true. Letty wastes no time at all in retreating to the countryside for a new peaceful life, but her joy is cut short when the prince appears and informs her that she is still, in fact, his fiancée. Prince Clark is determined to win her heart and marry her. Letty is determined to resist him and escape. The universe is determined to not be of any help whatsoever. And I'm determined to watch this preview to make sure that I can actually understand it. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Let's get the preview going. Oh god, somebody broke out! God damn it.
私には自由がなかった。毎日毎日礼儀作法を勉強して。
I can only imagine these lessons for any other person.
自分で決めたいの。さあ、脱出大作戦開始よ。もともと私は王妃なんて向いてない。
Fishing,
走るのは好きだ
playing
し、
with a dog.
するし、庶民としてつつましく暮らしたい。自由への香りがするわ。
レティ、
クラーク様。
逃げ道がないってはっきり分からせないといけないね。さあ、二人っきりで語り合おうじゃないか。
はいはい、あんたたち二人とも相当こじらせてるわね。
クラーク様は優しいお方だし。
Is that what the Horano?
一度くらいしっかりと向き合ってみろ。
レティへの思いは止めること。
That was with the Horano. I like him. I like that guy. Someone she recognized easily.
どうしても自由が欲しいの。自由な君が好きなんだけど、自由な君を捕まえたいなんて。
That's a nice opening.
なんなのこの状況。なんなのあの人。
怒った顔、真剣な顔、それから笑った顔。あの時からずっと変わってはいなかったんだね。
あの時？
君はもう立派なレディーだ。だから結婚しよう。
近いです。
Okay, I want to escape from princess lessons. It's not too bad. I just want to know, like, I think the only problem I might have with it is that he might get his way. That's the only problem. Like, she wants to get away from him, but he might get his way. So it's really only a matter of time. It's really only just wearing her down. That's the only problem. But I'm going to give it a chance anyway, just to see. I might give it a chance. Hanawasaku by Studio Bind. They also did... Oh, they did... Oh, okay, so they're the Mushoku Tensei people. Okay, they're the Mushoku Tensei people. They're determined to do that. But I guess taking a break here, they're going to do something else. Alright, Kana, who lives on a small island of Tonakijima with a population of 600, loves to read to the children of the island. Mitsuki, the president of the broadcasting club at school, recognizes Kana's ability to engage with people through her reading and advises her to join a club. Tell me what you really want, and I will make it come true. I want to join the broadcasting club. Kana decides to join the club, and as she experiences many firsts with the members of the broadcasting club, she begins to deepen her love of reading. Alright, there's one preview. Let's see. What else was we can say? They have some good old work. So let's see if they translate to here. They do.
おや、あの光はなんだ？そう、カモメくんが思った時でした。
Yep, they translate the artwork here, so definitely works.
僕の前に道はない。僕の後ろに道はできる。怒りの苦さ、また青さ。4月の奇想の光の底を椿し、歯ぎしり行き来する。俺は一人の修羅なのだ。お前の本当の願いを言え。私が
叶えてやるよ。
私放送部に入りたいです。花は咲く修羅のごとく。1月放送開始。
All right. I can't really understand what the heck it was about. I mean, I already got the synopsis, but, you know, I'll give it a try because, you know, they did do good work. I'm gonna lie. Next is Zenshu. It's Mappa. You already know Mappa does good work. I don't need to show what the hell they do. It's an original? Even better. After graduating from high school, Natsuko Hirose starts her career as an animator. The talent quickly flourishes and she makes her debut as director in no time. Her first anime becomes a massive hit, sparking a social phenomenon and earning recognition as an up-and-coming genius director. Her next project is set to be a romantic comedy movie themed around her first love. However, having never been in love herself, Natsuko struggles to understand the concept of first love, and as a result, she was unable to create the storyboard, causing the movie production to come to a standstill. Well, it's an otaku culture, so let's check out the trailer. It's a map. Oh, that's a good face.
俺の仲間を傷つける奴は誰であろうと許さない。
ボイド反応強くなっています。何かおかしい。
まさか
滅びゆくこの世界の定めを見届けるとしよう。
最後くらいカッコつけとくか。
やりよー。世界任せた。
I swear this was another anime, but didn't read the synopsis.
なんでみんな死ななくちゃならないんだ。
Oh wait, we got another teaser. Okay, so we've seen the anime. Okay, let's see this one because we got to see the actual anime. Shit, I knew that was gonna happen if I clicked somewhere else.
監督チェックをお願いします。
At least we see the anime that, you know.
全集全部修正全部やり直し全集
Zenshu. Fix all.
私広瀬夏子高校卒業してアニメスタジオに就職
Are we ever gonna see your face?
アニメーターになって才能をめきめき伸ばしまくってあっという間に監督デビューまた一つ名作が生まれるはず。
どういう風に修正するか指示をお願いします。
もういい全部私がやるから。
Zenshu.
いいわけないだろう。
Alright, well it's Mappa, so you know you gotta get the Mappa out the way. You gotta get that out the way. Alright, Medalist. So this is a sports drama anime by Engi. Engi did Ultimate Game, Uzaki-chan. They did this. I forgot the actual short name. Unnamed Memory. Detective's Already Dead. Shimashu Rengenjutsu. I don't think I watched that before. Elder Day Gamma Rebirth. Nothing wrong with Gamma Rebirth.
Can you go to the store? You can get you something.
I'll go in a bit. Ooh. Alright guys, I'll be back for a spell. I gotta go to somewhere. I'm still leaving. I'll be right back. Worry not. Worry donuts. We're gonna look at medalists after I come back. We're gonna go out for a spell. took a bit. That's alright. Give myself a bonus here and get my mail. Because I just haven't gotten it. So I'll go get that and see what's going on with that. Before I continue on, let's check I want to check my mail for a bit. Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay. That's fine. What about you? Is this the same thing? I think either is the same thing or... Alright. Okay, I already know what's going on with this one. Alright. Alright, no need to get myself out of shape over it. Just, I'll deal with it when it comes. I'll deal with it when the time comes. Got me needing to deal with this for a while. Don't worry about it, it's nothing stupid. Alright. Let's continue. So we're on Medalist. Tsukasa, whose dreams were crushed, Inori, who left to fend for herself. Those two share a dream, and their tenacity may be the only thing that sees them through. The destination? The ice. On the world stage. So we have a preview. We have two of them. But let's look at the one for English. Because, you know, we don't read Japanese.
スケートの仕事があるっていうから横浜からわざわざ来たのに。こんにちは。ちょっとごめんね。お金払った？
How old is this girl? Oh, we got some CGI in here?
この子はここまで一人で覚えてきたんですよ。今からでも追いつける。俺がこの子のコーチになります。コーチとしてスケートを教えます。
私フィギュアスケートどうしてもやりたかったんですけど、お母さんは怪我するからダメって。
君は十分偉い。あ、名前。祈りです。唯一か祈りです。
Medalista. Seems like a very coming of age story, not gonna lie. Decent. Okay, cool. Alright, it's like I said, it's by Engi. Engi did a number of stuff. Okay. It might seem decent enough, no problem. I'll consider it. Alright. Ameku Tako no Surikate. Alright, no synopsis, but it's by Project Number 9, who also did Otonari no Tenshi-sama, Hige wa Soru, Negate, Netoge, Jakuchara, Mamahaha, Uchi no Kasha, Watashi no Yuki, Koi wa Sekai, I did like that, Ryu no Goshigoto, Doki Hentai Eros, Ojo the Banken-kun. Okay, yeah, they did a number of stuff. Okay. Alright. We'll see how this works. There is no synopsis, so we're going to find a synopsis. Let us look for the synopsis. I'm going to copy, go to another one. Amaku Tetsu's. So it's a manga, but there is... Okay, The story revolves around a doctor who solves murders and medical mysteries as a department of diagnosis at a general hospital. Alright, we got Ayane Sakura, Kensho Ono, Manami Iwami, Nana Mizuki, and Fumihiko Takichi. Okay, so that's the synopsis for it. Alright, let's check the preview. I forgot the...
あらゆる難事件を解決する天才医師がいる。高尾先生。小鳥って高梨先生のことですか？小鳥が
So that's an OC, Fox Capture Plan?
いないから高梨って呼ぶ。けれど私は高尾だ。鷹がいるうちの科では単なる小鳥になるってわけだ。
統括診断部とは他の科で診断不能とされた患者を診察し診断をつける部署だ。
患者の身に何が起きたのか真相を追求することが医師としての私の仕事だ。
なんだその色。
大きな獣に足を食いちぎられた青い血の男。これは面白い。テレビアニメ「アメクタカオの推理カルテ」2025年1月放送開始。
Okay. Alright. It's mystery. So, you know, we like mystery. Alright, we got 4 more anime left. So let's check them out. So, Dose Koshite Shimaunda. That is... Anyway, I'm falling in love with you. Looks like a reverse harem. Yeah, it's a reverse harem for Typhoon Graphics, who has a bit of history with them. Goes to the Haigakura. Not too much history. But it's a reverse harem. I'm not exactly too fond of reverse harem, so we're just going to skip that. Sad but to say, but yeah. Tasokare Hotel. It's a mystery. It's based off a game. It's from Studio Pra. And they did Bikini Warriors. You know, speaking of Bikini Warriors, they said a game was going to come out for that. I never saw the game. What the hell happened, Bikini Warriors? I want to see the game. Anyway, it says a game, so we're going to check it out. Like, we're going to check out the game. None of that. Okay, so it's on Google Play and App Store. And you can get it right now if you want to. Okay, so the escape adventure novel is a new type of the mystery game with a long story. You can enjoy reading the story as well as solving the mystery in the escape and adventure novel. But what about the synopsis for this anime? Tasokare Hotel is a hotel that is engulfed in twilight all day long, with no distinction between day and night. It exists as a place between life and death, where souls are unable to decide whether to move on to the afterlife or return to the present world can rest their wings. The protagonist, Neko Sukahara, wanders to Tasokare Hotel without remembering who she is or why she's there. Guided by the hotel staff, she is led to a room. There should be items related to the customer's memories in the room. This might serve as clues to help the customer regain their memories. While searching for a way to return to the present world and remember who she is, she's encounters a certain incident. Is it a murder mystery? Well, let's see. 2 minutes. That's the Nutcracker.
あの世とこの世の狭間に存在するホテル。黄昏ホテルでございます。
That's the Nutcracker. That's the Nutcracker. That is a Nutcracker. Right? Yeah, it has to be the Nutcracker. It has to be. Let's check it out, Nutcracker. Let's see. All right, let's go. Yeah, play. Yeah. No. I remember that for the Nutcracker specifically. That's not it either. It's probably in Christmas to see. It has to be this. Christmas Carols, the Nutcracker. Miniature Overture? Is that what it is? That's what it says in the synopsis. That's what it says in the description. It's miniature overturn. It's low, but you can hear it. Maybe you can find something a little louder. There we go. Okay, maybe wrong. Let's try this one. I'm trying to get you guys to listen to it because that was the Nutcracker theme. I didn't know which song because there's different songs in Nutcracker. Oh, that's not what it is. I thought it was Miniature Overture. No, it's a Decorative Sugar Plum Fairy. That was it. That was it. It wasn't a Miniature Overture. Listen. You get that? And then it goes to there. Dun 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 dun. I wasn't bugging. So it was the Nutcracker. It was. That's the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy. So that's what it is.
ここに来られるお客様はお名前を思い出せない方がほとんどですから。当ホテルに滞在し思い出していただければご自身の行き先もわかるでしょう。皆様には記憶を取り戻したら速やかに出て行かれることをお勧めします。
何の話ですか？魂？あの世とこの世？
つまり臨死体験ってことか。この部屋にはお客様の記憶にまつわる品があるはずです。それらを見つけ出し、手がかりにすることで記憶を取り戻すきっかけになるかもしれません。
よし、やるか。自分探し。
自分の名前や素性を思い出すと、お客様はようやく失っていた自分の顔を取り戻すことができるんです。
自分のことを思い出すって結構難しいですね。
アトリさんは何でもそつなくこなしてしまうんですね。
あんたがやりたいならやればいいんじゃない？
どんな人間を殺すのが好きなんですか？
面白いです。誰か来てください。
お客様、こちらに見覚えは？僕が思うに、
シンデレラ？
君は簡単にこちら側に来られる人間だよ。
私と勝負してください。
面白そうだな。その勝負乗った。
約束ですよ。あとに焙煎。
あ、考えとく。
Okay, these are the voice actors.
約束ですよ。あとに焙煎。
Anybody I recognize here? Let's see. Rika Momokawa, Kodai Sakai, Yusuke Shirai, Kanehira Yamamoto, Yuki Nagano, Takashi Narumi, Natsue Sasamo, and more.
あ、考えとくよ、後輩。
本当のあなたは一体誰ですか？
Okay. So it's based off of a game, but I'm not sure they're gonna adapt every single thing into here. Who knows? There's not exactly a number of episodes, but we'll consider it because it is a mystery. Then we have Momentary. Oh no! Oh no! It's by Gohands! Gohands! Oh, and it's an original. Oh! 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 The story follows the daily lives of high school girls surviving in a world ravaged by otherworldly individuals, cooking together the battling mechanical and monstrosity for the iconic weapons to cover these triggers other mysterious past in the world. But it's by Gohands! It's by Gohands! Ah, Gohands. I'm gonna consider it. You know what? I already know what Gohands is capable of. Let's just watch the preview because let's just do it. Let's watch Gohands. Let's go. I'll tell you one thing, they do really get the backgrounds like amazingly well. The animation's not too bad, but it's way too trippy. Like, I'll tell you one thing, their hair animations are like, they get really good strands of hair. Like, you see the hair animation? It's crazy. Yeah, them hair animations, man. What the hell? Momentary Lily. There's gonna be a lot of Yuri in here, isn't it? Oh well, because it's Yuri, I'll definitely give it a shot. And last but not least, Soratory Utility, but for TV. It's an original by Yostar Pictures, who also made Sentai Dashikaku, Arknight, Azure. Oh, okay, so they're responsible for all the games. Because there's Blue Archive, there's Arknight, there's Azure Lane, and there's another project untitled, but it's at the air. It's Cute Girls, is a CGDCT. Cute girls doing cute things. Alright. At this rate, I'll just graduate as a plain background character A. Minami Alba was troubled. She had no particular strengths or things she wanted to do. Is it okay for her high school life to end as such an ordinary supporting character? Leaving school behind, Minami searches for her own special uniqueness. She stumbles upon the nearby golf practice range by chance. Approached by the part-timer worker Haruka Akane, Minami grasps the golf club, the utility. And thus, it was the encounter between Minami and golf. Winning is not the only thing of golf. Everything related to golf is enjoyable. Together with the genius golfer Haruka and Ayaka Hoshimi, who aspires to be an influencer, they seek the moment when they can become the protagonists. As a super beginner, Minami swings the club once again today. By Pony Cannon. Alright, they have two previews. We're only going to watch one. Let's see the first one. It's English. Is it hard sub or soft sub? Okay, soft sub. So basically, cute girls doing golf. Not the first. Not the first time. What's those earrings? Those are some unique earrings. I'm gonna lie.
探し物は私だけのスペシャルな特別。女子高生が制服でゴルフ。ありだね。はしみんです。 私と勝負しない？みなみちゃん。
きっとあるよ。ゴルフにもみなみが主人公になれる瞬間が。
私が主人公になる瞬間。
一緒に探そう。みなみの特別。はい。ゴルフは自然と向き合って自然を感じてするスポーツ。芝を見て風を読んで空を見る。あるがままの自然と触れ合いながら楽しむスポーツなんだ。スペシャルな特別見つかりそう？
俺たちのホームグラウンドなんだよ。
ちょっとずつ主人公になっていくんだ。今この場所では主人公に。
いい感じ。さあ主人公になってこい。
それ色ユーティリティ。All right. Okay. Well, let's keep going through good things, so we'll consider that. All right. I think that's all the anime I got for 2025, at least winter 2025. So we got for 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 30, 33 anime to try out. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. You might do some of this stuff, and some are just leftovers. Like, yeah, a couple of these are leftovers. So, overall, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28 new anime to try out. And some are second season, so you reduce that, it might be even less anime we could try out. But hey, we're doing pretty good. This is actually this winter. We can still go forward, but we're going to stick with fall for now. So thanks, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys chose some anime you guys like to see. You know, it might be interesting to you. Some may be, some may not. But yeah, this is all for today's stream. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry it took a bit of time to get all of this stuff done, but it is what it is. But like I said, we're going to review Nageki no Bure next stream. So once that's done, we'll be caught up, and then we get started all over again. So until then, love, peace, and VTubing. See you next time.